Okay. Okay,
Shit,
we're going
man.
in.
Get
All right,
that
we're coming in.
reaction.
We're here. All right, we're in. Now live. We're live. Hi. Hi, everyone. And
Hello.
welcome to the finale of Wardens of Whitechapel, our Mage the Awakening, 2nd edition campaign here on Welcome to the Party. Why I feel like I should start with why is it our final episode? Well, as you can notice, if you've been watching the show or the channel for a long time, you see me in a whole new space. My life has gone through some transitions, and I just found a new job. And so I no longer have the time to hold up 3 games that I did before, which is, yay money and all that stuff. But also boo not being able to continue running this game with these amazing people. However, we are going to keep playing together on Wednesday nights. We're still talking about what we're going to play, but one of our other people is going to run some stuff, and I think it's going to be really exciting. And we're bringing Crystal Fire in as well. Strider, thank you for the 500 bits. You're amazing. And one of the other players here is going to turn into our storyteller. So we're still going to be here. We're still going to be playing games. I just have to step back from the storyteller's chair in order to, make monies and pay for things. So that's, something I got to do. And so I have to move down to 2 games running a week. Sad face. But it's okay. We're gonna finish tonight's story. And tonight will go on as long as tonight needs to go on in order to get to the finale. That could be an hour, or that could be 4 hours, although I don't think it's going to be 4 hours. But we're going to tell this. It could be maybe 5, but definitely not 4. Fuck 4 hours, by the way. Fuck.
Well, I only have 2 more boxes of aggravated damage before I die, so I can't really do it in 4 hours
Right.
now.
We can't end tonight's session without killing Jekyll. That's the end.
Yeah,
That's the
Jekyll has to die. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Life goal.
But I did want to say throughout the 5 episodes of this, we've had an amazing group of people here, just keeping chat awesome, and I want to thank you for just showing us such awesome support while we're doing this. And we will be back with more World of Darkness content as well, because I know a lot of people turn in specifically for World of Darkness content because there's not a lot of people streaming it. It turns out, it looks like our Berlin 66 game is coming back this Saturday, and I think it's going weekly. I haven't gotten the final confirmation on that, but Saturdays at 1 p.m., Berlin 66 Vampire V20. And then in September, we're working on a larger World of Darkness project that I've hinted at, that will take up its own space. So that will be very exciting as well, I think. So thank you so much, you all, for hanging out with us and making chat awesome. So with that, let me do sponsors real quick. Thank you so much to Devin Rowe and Tabletop Loot, and of course, So Nerdware, where you can go to get all the amazing merch that you want from us. It's got great Welcome to the Party branded stoof. And if you use the code WELCOME, you'll get 10% off your next purchase. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. It is the place that we are creating to be our PBS for RPGs, where we want to underwrite amazing creators, writers, and artists across the role-playing game universe in order to get them money to do awesome things. And then we want to show it off. So if you want to help us in that journey, you should go over there and check that out. And last but not least, as you saw from earlier, you can give us bits and subs and donations and things, and we always love those as well. All of that stuff just goes to help underwrite the channel. It allows us to, where we want to be able to pay our GMs, DMs, and STs. We want to be able to pay our mods. Right now, we're able to underwrite Roll20 for all of our GMs who want us to underwrite it for them, so that's super awesome and a big step in the right direction. But yeah, check it all out. There's a bunch of cool stuff out there. And we just started doing podcasts, which I haven't actually made a thing for, but you go to podbean.com/RPG welcome party, because the other one was taken or something. You can find a bunch of podcasts over there too. So yeah, sweet. With that, let's go around and say hi to everyone. We will start with Kay.
Hi, I am Kate, hey you with the face person, whatever. You can find me on interwebs at K_undead on the Twitters. I have been and will be playing Kali, primary Moros, if I can speak words tonight, Silver Ladder. She has also been the Hearthmaster around these parts. So,
Yes.
yes.
Let's do Jackie next.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie, better known as Death by Mage on the internet, and I am playing Jekyll. Oh god, I haven't played in a while. I'm a Mastigos of the Mysterium Order, and I am the brand name for bad decisions.
Yeah. And just to say, Kali, you will get a free reroll thanks to Strider Winters, who donated 500 bits to the channel in order to give you some amazingness.
Thank you, Striders. You're amazing. I'll bother
Woo.
you later.
Kevin.
Hi, I'm Kevin by Sonic Kevin on the Twitter, and I will be playing the Mole, a Moros Mysterian who loves the darkness.
Yeah. And last
In a
but not least, oh yeah,
Literal way.
What?
Literally.
Yes. Yeah, you actually cast magic into the darkness. So they're not magic missiles, I don't think. Yeah. Okay, and Evan.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Evan. I'm EvanJennings64 on the Twitter, and I'm Zombie Love Juice on Instagram. And I am going to be playing Reverend, who is his sole goal is to save Whitechapel, and that's exactly what we did last episode, and I am continuing to do so. I just want to help as many people as possible.
Wait. Who
Namaste.
wants to Namaste? And I'm Thrak, of course, your storyteller. We were talking about the nature of evil before stream began, and it was pretty great. And how
It got heavy.
yeah, it got heavy, and I loved it. And it was all about like, well, we could go into it at some other point, but it was fascinating.
Yeah, I
it was
wouldn't go into it
fascinating.
now.
No.
Yeah, you just got me thinking about it now. So who wants to tell me what happened in the last episode of Wardens of Whitechapel?
I could probably do a decent recap. So last time we went to face the ninth calamity, Anthraka. Yep. And powered up the Rev to be a glowing example of magic and what he believes to be faith. We surrounded ourselves with ghosts. Let's see, some other highlights. We went into the back of the house. I told my ghost to throw knives at people.
It did.
I summoned the demonic essences of children.
A lot of them.
Yes.
You
Change the way the floor is, that's fine.
Yeah.
No big deal.
we
What did you
moved
do?
an entire ley line to benefit us, and we defeated Anthraka, the ninth calamity. And I'm trying to think. And there's a child chained up on the 4th floor
Indeed.
who
Mhm.
is a freshly awakened mage. And
Yes.
there is something beneath us that the mole is incredibly interested in.
Yes.
And moving those ley lines had no consequences whatsoever.
Literally
None
none.
whatsoever.
Because it's not like a
Everything
giant
went off
tunnel.
without a hitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not like a
perfect.
giant
Yeah.
tunnel of magic appeared underneath exactly where you're standing, thanks to moving that
And
ley
you
line.
know,
No,
Yeah.
and you know, Jekyll's not bleeding out like profusely.
Yeah.
Jekyll is about to fucking I remember you got the you were like the pincushion of Lance. Like every attack hit you. Like,
I used up so much willpower. All my boxes are really full of like X's and stars and slashes.
Yeah, Kali's not looking so good in the health regards either, which is funny considering, life her best magics, but that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry, guys.
I mostly hurt myself through my own magic.
I hurt myself before we even went down there, so it's cool.
It's fine.
All right. So, party. You have just defeated Anthraka. You know that 3 stories above you in this large brick building that doubles as schoolhouse and as overnight bedroom place, sleepy place. I just lost the words.
Dormitory?
Dormitory, thank you. For a number of young children stands a chained 15-year-old boy who just awoke within the last 4 hours. The black smoke has dissipated from where Anthraka was. 3 bodies lie dead before you on the ground, each horribly changed by the presence of Anthraka. 2 of you are heavily wounded. What do you do next?
I am going to, after slamming my cross into the ground, after destroying the ninth calamity, is it jammed in the concrete?
It can be. I like that.
Yeah, fuck.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, a little cross just slammed into the concrete. Still probably molten hot, and I am going to haul ass to try to go save that kid.
Okay. Anybody following?
I'm going to go upstairs and see what Davis, my ghost, has been doing in the kitchen.
I'm
You
gonna
see
follow after the Reverend.
Okay, you're gonna follow after the Reverend and Jekyll.
Jekyll's actually is going to ease the spirits to return back to their hosts.
Okay. The children who you ripped them from.
You know, the vices and demons of inner
Yeah.
demons of the children. Yeah, just
Yeah.
tell them to go back.
Okay, just checking. Nothing weird about that. Okay, are you? So are you going to stay in the basement after you do that? Because it's essentially just a couple of seconds for you to be like you're free.
I mean, I'll still head up there eventually, but I'll be up there last.
Okay. So a couple of things happen simultaneously. Jekyll starts releasing the spirits back into the children. Mole, you make it back up to the kitchen, which is kind of this white porcelain sort of floor with that like central table where people did cooking and the pots and pans above it and all that stuff. There are 3 more dead teachers around your ghost. Who looks
Good job,
good.
Davis.
I'm pretty tired, boss.
It's all right. You've done
a lot
good
out
work.
of me. Thank you, sir.
You're relieved. Take a break.
And you feel his presence kind of pass backwards from you.
Gotcha.
And he's still there, but he's certainly kind of fully demanifested at this point. Kali and Reverend, you make your way up the first flight of stairs, and there's 2 more teachers who were up there, but probably due to the destruction of Anthraka, they seem stunned and are just kind of leaning against the wall, kind of almost not even paying attention to you, as if someone has, like they are out of it right now. It's 1 male and 1 female, both of which who are kind of middle-aged, a little paunchy maybe, and both of them also wearing the green glasses.
Do they look? They're wearing the glasses, and
yeah.
Do they look changed?
They look. As far as you can tell, it's hard to read because you can't see their eyes. They look tired, confused, and completely out of sorts.
But they're wearing those glasses.
They are.
All right. You said one of them was leaning against the wall.
Yeah.
They have a child chained upstairs.
Yes.
I'm running.
Yes.
As I get close to them, they're in the way, kind of, in the hallway.
You could pass them without moving them out of the way if you chose, or you could do something. It's up to you.
As I'm running, I want to take the first one,
mm-hmm.
and I want to take advantage of the fact that they're dazed, and I want to take out these enemies. So I'm going to grab one of them by the back of the head and slam his face into the wall, and then just deck the other one in the face.
Okay.
And
it's going to take you a couple seconds, you don't even need to make the rules. We can say that it's going to take like in your race up the stairs, this adds about 20 seconds to it. You grabbing one, smashing their face, decking the other one against the wall. Kali, do you stick around for that, or do you keep moving up?
I want to stick around, and while he's, throwing punches, I believe I want to go ahead and do, I think it's supernal vision to see if they're sleepwalkers. That's all right. That's what they were.
Yeah, you can absolutely do supernal vision to see if they're sleepwalkers. Is that a spell?
Yes.
Okay. And that is a prime spell?
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to be prime plus your gnosis.
With
you are
it being
cast.
my rote, can I just roll it straight from the spell list?
With the rote, yeah, you can just for our purposes tonight, you can just roll it straight from the spell list. We're going to go a little bit lighter on the rules and heavier on the narrative, just to get through this story and not
No modifiers?
No modifiers for this. You did get one success, which is all you need. They're not sleepwalkers specifically. They do not create paradox around when seeing magic. They're like half awake. But you feel that they are going back to sleep, as if whatever was allowing them to be a magically attuned creature in the world has slipped away from them.
Reverend, I believe we should just let these go ahead and stay down. I don't think that they're going to go back to sleep, I believe. We should continue moving.
What? What'd you say?
They are. They're losing their connection. I think when we destroyed Anthraka, they're going to go back to sleep. So go ahead, knock them out, and we'll keep moving.
They're sleeping now, and I want to keep hauling ass for this kid.
Okay. You make it up to the second story. You're now one story below, and this is the dormitory area, and there are just a sea of children just standing there in the hallway, staring. You could easily so the stakes here are you could harm some of the children and move through quickly, or you could try and find a way to move them out of the way, and it would be more slowly.
I will go through slowly. I can't. I'll tear through the adults, but I can't do that to kids.
Okay.
Yeah, no. We'll just kind of
All right, come on, you. Let's just get them out of the way. Come on.
Yeah, and they're literally just like wooden dolls that you pick up and move. It's like someone had ordered them to like congregate and create a blockade. And yeah.
Are they gonna be all right? What is this? Ooh, my camera just freaked out.
That's fine. Yeah, you're good.
Carly, what's wrong with them?
Well, if they were under the influence of Anthraka and they're dead now, we should go ahead and. I think that everything will be fine. It's just perhaps it's a lingering effect.
All right. If they're not hurt, come on, you. I want to try to get through them as quick
It'll
as I
take
can.
a couple of minutes. Well, like you've seen the map, it's a pretty long building. It's longer than it is wide, and so the hallways run down the length of it. But you get down to the other end of the hallway where the stairs go up to the third, and as you make your way up that final set of creaky wooden stairs, there's a wooden door in front of you with a brass knob on it, and as I would imagine the Reverend's up front because that feels like his MO, right? As you grab onto it, I need you to make a willpower test.
Okay. Okay. So do I roll a number of D10 as many as I have these things? How does this work
As many
again?
as you have willpower, yeah.
2.
Minus any you have used and that are marked off.
Yep. So.
All right, so you got one success. You put your hand on it, and for a moment your hand is blown back, and you realize that the door is warded, and you hear this cackling scream come from the other side of the door.
A scream of pain or like laughing at me?
More like success.
Can I punch through this ward?
You could attempt to magically. Yes, you could attempt to magically
blow the piss fuck out of this door. I don't have time to unwind or unravel it. I want to just absolutely blow it apart.
Okay.
Let me see if I don't know if that's a special move or not, but I can use. I have kinetic blow, which does Ugu crazy damage.
Yeah, do it up. Let's kinetic blow it. Okay. All you got to do is successfully cast a spell. As long as you get enough successes, you'll break the ward. I don't care. You can absolutely easily hit the door. I'm not going to need you to roll to hit the door. That's ridiculous. So you casting the spell.
The power itself, right?
Yeah, and you have that as a rote, right?
I have it as a praxis.
That's even better. So let's just roll it. You can add 3 extra dice. Because
I got a success anyway.
Roll the extra 3 dice. I want to see how many successes you get.
Oh.
All right, so
5 of them.
Well,
so the reason is because the ward has a strength to it. 1 success wasn't enough, but if you use your yantras, right? If you're like, and you are your combat skill training to bust through the door, right? You whoopah, and you feel the magic shatter as the door bursts open, and standing there is this old matronly woman with her hair in a bun, her back to you, facing the child who's chained up on this cross. Like if you've seen Game of Thrones, right? Like the flayed man, it's kind of chained up like that. You can't see the child except for like the hands, which seem to be just drooping, and the feet, which just seem to be kind of hanging limply. And she turns around and she smiles. You see in her hand a knife, dripping with blood. She says it's too late. The seals are broken. We have done our master's bidding. We will destroy the child of light. And she steps to the side, and the person who was a young boy, maybe 14 years old, had blonde hair. Head is lolled, but you see a river of blood pouring down the chest from where his throat was cut.
Oh no.
You know, if you had made it here 20 to 30 seconds earlier, perhaps if you hadn't have stopped to beat up the two stunned people, perhaps if you had been more forceful moving through the hallway, you would have been here in time to stop it.
Oh boy.
But you
Your
wouldn't.
less.
First, what I want to go ahead and do is decay that dagger so Reverend can beat the shit out of her.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about that dagger. I'm coming for her. Don't you?
Get it.
She can shove that shit in my face. I don't care. I'm
All
coming.
right.
Get her.
My sole purpose. He is looking at the kid, and I just want to turn to the woman, and I just want to start walking towards her.
And that's where we're going to smash cut to the mole. Because we want to get them caught up to where you are a little bit. Okay, so Mole, what are you doing?
I'll go down. Jekyll. Oh, Jekyll, do you need assistance?
No, I believe I'll be fine. I'm just tending to these spirits, if you will.
How long is that going to take?
Shouldn't take too long. I just need to get them to return home.
Jekyll, you'll be done when you feel narratively appropriate to be done. You can make that choice.
Yeah. Jekyll's gonna bend down on one knee and kind of be in front of all the spirits of the children. Right. So, I'm sorry that you've all had to suffer, and I'm sorry that everything you've gone through, you had to be expunged from your hosts. I need you to return home now. And he ends the spell.
You feel the children's spirits begin to move back up into their bodies, perhaps. Had this been a coordinated effort, you would have been able to move those children before the Reverend and team passed through. But as you had not coordinated before you moved, the time it takes lags behind Reverend and Kali moving through. The children, we cut very quickly to the children to see their eyes start to clear. And they kind of look confusedly around at what's happening. And we'll cut back to the mole.
Meet me upstairs when you're ready, and I'm going to cast Ground Eater.
What is Ground Eater?
Ground Eater is a level 1 space rote, or it's not a rote. It is a level 1 space, which I do not have as a rote. That allows me to cover ground more quickly.
Oh, nice.
I add my potency to my speed.
Okay.
And I look like a cartoon running.
Is it like where your arms are like right behind you the whole time and you're like, or is it more like
actually space warps around me as I step. Each step I take is like a flight of stairs.
Okay, so it's Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
It's long distances over a short period of time.
Space.
I also accept the Naruto run.
Yeah.
Space
I do like the Naruto run. Yes, I didn't know that's what it was, but yes, that's the arms back.
I'm gonna be the next Hokage. Here I go.
And can I put in a road on this?
Yeah, just put a red on it for +1. The other thing you notice as you stretch your mind out and seek to condense space around you so you can move through it more quickly, something has fundamentally changed underground. The ley line is still in place. That magically created tunnel, that ancient tunnel, is still there, and the magic in it's still active, but it feels like the magic's moving more freely down there. It feels like something has opened.
I'm going to shoot upstairs with my
Okay.
spell.
You'll be there on the second round of their combat. Go ahead and make your roll. Let's make sure you don't fail or like get paradox or some shit. But okay, you got
One
a success. That's all you need. You will be there in 2 rounds. Jekyll, you're last. How are you now that you have released these spirits back into the children? What are you doing?
Well, so at this point, Jekyll's going to kind of start moving, but the fatigue is already setting in. He's gone through enough. he's going to try to reserve whatever he has left for whatever awaits them at the top of the building. And I would assume that by the time he reaches the children, that part of him is going to want to try to corral them to leave and exit the boarding house.
So let's say that again. You're going to want to exit the boarding house.
Well, yeah, I'm going to try to help the children when I meet them.
Oh, you're going to help. Yeah. Okay. So you move up the stairs and you're going to start helping the
Yeah.
children down. Okay.
Well, I'm just
sweet.
going to basically be like, "There's the door. Please leave."
All right. Okay. And
If
most
if
of
anyone
them,
asks, there's a fire, but I don't smell smoke. There's a fire.
make for me because they're pretty freaked out. So make for
Yeah.
me a manipulation or presence, empathy.
Okay. Presence and so I'll do presence and empathy. Let me see here.
Because you're right to want to have them get out, but they are.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair. That should be good. No modifiers, right?
No modifiers.
I got 2 successes, even with my wound penalties.
Even with your -3 wound penalty, you got 2 successes. Nicely done. Yeah, you're able to get up there and start getting them calmed down. You feel a bit of wind pass by you, which you think may or may not be the mole, moving incredibly quickly and very unmole-like. But you're able to kind of talk to them, and a couple of them kind of stand up and act more like leaders. A couple of the older kids, one of the girls who's probably been there not as long, seems to have been able to shake off the effects a little bit more and kind of takes a lead from you. Her name's Avery, if it matters, and she kind of takes the lead of the kids with your help and starts helping you get them out.
Okay. Once I see that their order is kind of established and they're heading out, I will start making my way. But I'm not going to be running because I'm already bleeding through the seams.
Yeah. You've got blood on your blood. Your blood's got blood on it. It's no good. Yeah. It's bad.
Are you talking
Okay.
to the children like that? Like, did you come up like a horrible blood
Yes.
bleeding
So like my face, like my eye, so like blood has been dripped. I have like dry blood out of my eyes, my nose. There's also bits from my ears, and it just looks. And I'm completely like just plaster pale.
Greetings, children. I am the one that controls your demon. Leave. There's a fire. These kids are gonna need so much therapy for so many reasons.
need to come
Hey,
here.
I'm a therapist.
Oh, that's even worse.
All right. So, cutting back to the Reverend and Kali. What happens next?
I want to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and run over to the kid and try to stop the bleeding, put some pressure on the wounds.
Okay.
See if I can determine signs of life. Those
Yes.
medicine-y things.
Yeah, you're going to make a medicine check for me.
Yeah.
Where are my character sheet? There we go. Intelligence and medicine. Yeah.
See, look, I'm learning things.
Yay! Just in time for us to be done. Womp womp.
Yes.
Alas. There is the faintest of pulses.
All right. I'm gonna try. I'm actually going to.
That's your
I
go.
don't
I
have
want to see
any
what the
doctors
Revelant
yet.
does. Yeah. So
Okay.
you moving up to the boy, and checking him. It takes a couple of minutes because you're like, okay, I'm not getting anything there. Okay, I have to check the radial pulse. Okay, no, let's check this one. And then you finally realize that there is still a pulse. You first think it might be there because some of the blood is still kind of squirting a little, but very slowly out of the body. But unless something happens incredibly quickly, this child will die. Reverend.
I want to walk towards the woman.
Mm-hmm.
I pull up my sleeves and I reach into my coat. I don't have my cross, so I grab my 2 brass knuckles.
Yeah.
And put them on and just walk towards her. And I would like to try to suck the heat from like the entire room just into from myself, from her. I don't care. I'm sucking the heat into the brass knuckles themselves and heating them up to like be very hot until they're yes.
No, go ahead.
Until they're kind of like red on the ends.
Okay.
And as I do that, my nimbus is like full flare, the molten halo above my head, the heat in the room. And as I walk towards her with the embering knuckles, I don't understand people like you. Why you do what you've done. But you will tell me who you did this for. You will tell me who's responsible for this.
As you say that, black, shadowy angel's wings unfurl from behind her as a mane of shadow begins to cover her face. 2 red eyes peer out through the shadow, and you see her hands turn into these long claws. And she says, "There is no one like me." And she runs at you.
Fuck that. I'm running at her.
Okay.
And I just and go to fucking kinetic punch her in the face.
All right.
With
so
my Ugu tussle knuckles.
Go ahead and make an initiative roll real quick.
Okay. Hold on. Is that just a D10?
Yeah, you will add a D10 and you will add your initiative, your speed bonus to, or your initiative bonus to it.
I think that's down at the bottom, right? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I see it. My initiative bonus is 5.
Yeah.
So that plus 5.
So, okay, so you got a 14. She actually can't go as fast as you, but let's see what she gets. She got a 12. Okay. So you'll get to go first.
I want to use kinetic blow.
Yeah.
Again, because it's a winner.
Yeah.
I want to use kinetic blow and punch. Is she swinging at me with anything? Is she coming at me with her claws?
Yeah, she's got her claws out like she's gonna swipe them across you.
That's fine. I want to run and kind of like jump and just Superman punch her just in the face. If those claws come at me, they come at me. I don't care. I'm going for all straight damage.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and make your spell roll and then make your attack roll.
Okay.
And remember, you'll have +1, +2. You'll have +3 to this. This is a rote for you?
It's a praxis.
This is a praxis? Yeah, you'll have +3 to this.
Okay, so this is my spell.
Okay. 2 successes is good enough? Yep.
Okay. And then my normal attack, I roll strength and weaponry. Is that it? I think it's already set up in here.
Yeah.
So just strength and weaponry.
Yep, and you still have all of your bonuses from before.
Yes, I do.
So you're at like
yes,
12 dice or something, right?
I don't know about that, but there's a lot. I don't think it has any modifiers though, but I'm at like max with weaponry.
Okay.
Oh, is it brawl technically? Because I'm using my
if you're using your brass knucks, we'll call it brawl. Yeah.
Okay.
I think brawl didn't I set brawl to be 1 over?
I think that is
maximum?
correct. Add 1 bonus die.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 1 over maximum because I gave you 1 more on that,
I
and then
think you're
we
right.
maxed out weaponry.
Hold
I
on,
remember that.
1 modifier.
Because the sheets don't support above 5 dots.
3
Right.
successes on top of the 2 successes for the spell.
Okay.
And I'm making them just burning hot.
Okay.
Just
As you come up and you strike, where do you hit her?
In the shadowy face, in her stupid angel face.
You definitely connect with a ton of force, and parts of the shadow like burn away as you hit her, and you hear this horrible crunching sound. It doesn't do as much damage as you would have expected initially, like if she were not having like being all shadow weirdy. But it does seem like you've done a good solid first punch on her. There's some blood there too, kind of rippling through the shadow. But it's her go to hit you. Moink, moink. Roll the thing. No, don't roll initiative. Oh, damn it. That's not what I meant to do. Roll the thing. Oh, I see what it. I need to remember how to do the thing. Okay. So, as she what is your defense?
My defense, is that resolve?
It should be a number at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.
It's 5. My
Okay.
defense is 5.
All right. So, you will take 2 lethal as she comes up with the claws and just rakes them across her chest.
That's the star in the box, right? The cross with a line through it.
No, that is just the cross. Or the
just the
X.
regular X.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lethal is X, and then aggravate is the star.
Okay. If 1 aggravate, 2 lethal.
Yeah.
Still better than me.
As you do that, you see her rearing back as if she's about to scream something, but it's not her go. This is when Mole shows up. And you see what you see, which is people rearing this horrible shadow beast kind of over this old matronly woman fighting in the middle of this like death battle with wow, I just blanked on names, with Reverend and Kali over at this child whose throat has been cut, trying to figure out a way to save his life. What do you do, Mole?
I'm going to check. Let me check Prime. Okay. I think I'm just going to isolate her in space.
Okay.
Let me get
Sounds
that
good.
loaded up. It was basically the same trick that was used on that one guy very early on.
Yeah.
So, this is not a praxis or a road, so I will be spending mana for it.
Spend a banana.
And I really want this to work.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend the willpower,
Plus 3 dice.
and I'm going to spend extra reaches for potency. I get 2 reaches for free. I use those up. And then I will spend... Can I get 2 paradox dice of reaches for potency?
Yes.
Break boundary. That's not what I want.
That'll be 1 paradox success, which
Yay.
I am going to apply as a condition to you.
Okay.
So go ahead and tell me how the spell effect works, and then I'll provide the condition.
Boundaries and barriers are a lie. Any attempt the subject makes to interact with other people costs 1 willpower. Even then, any dice pools are penalized by the spell's potency.
Okay. You will move only at a walking speed for the rest of the scene.
Okay.
You are like walking through mud.
As
it kind of backlashes on you a little bit.
The building kind of crumples in a little bit, but the part around me sticks. I think as my nimbus gets infected.
Yeah. I love that.
Space
I love
gnosis.
infected nimbus. Yeah.
It's
Space
a-
gnosis. Space gnosis.
And I'm holding my thing. I'm holding my thing. I'm holding the bone coin that I use as a yantra.
Yeah.
So
That's plus 1 die.
I got 1 success.
Which is all you need. You only ever need 1 success. Sweet. So you are able to kind of wrap her in a kind of time-space bubble that's going to significantly negate her actions.
What's happening? Why? What? Something has changed downstairs. We need to get it underground.
Jekyll. As you
Yes.
finish shepherding the last of the kids out, this being who you've heard of before but have never met, dressed in a green flowing robe, wearing a stag's skull as a mask with the horns and antlers, high above, standing maybe 10 feet tall. He has to duck a little with the mask. strides up the stairs, looks at you. What did you do? You know this to be Kerninos, who is the leader of the London Concilium.
Oh.
Hello.
There's a perfectly valid explanation.
Where
If
is the
anyone re-
child?
Supposedly upstairs. Though I don't understand why they're taking so long to retrieve said child, I believe we should see what is going on.
And even through the mask, you can see the fire in this person's eyes. Hard to tell if they're male or female. The voice that has come out from behind the mask was definitely male when you heard it. Or was definitely more deeply aspected.
Mm-hmm.
Come with me. Back to Kavi.
Question. With body control, I know you can slow down the heartbeat of the subject. With that that should theoretically slow the bleeding, correct?
Yes.
I want to go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Try to save this kid.
Okay.
So I don't believe that's anything.
If you do not have a
this
rope, you're going to have to spend 1 mana and any additional effects for reaches. So you're going to have 2 reach, 1 to make it instantaneous, right? And then 1. You don't need to touch 1. You only have 1 reach. So you will take 1 paradox die on this.
Okay. So that's life, gnosis, and paradox die.
Yeah. Hang on.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Okay. You will also take an effect from this as you try to like whip it out really quickly, but you will get to roll the effect first.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Ludi Judy.
Phrasing boom.
Yeah,
just
phrasing
straight
boom.
life and gnosis right now.
Yeah, life and gnosis. Yes, life and gnosis.
No
You get
no modifiers.
1 bonus die from your focus.
Oh yeah, my focus. Yeah. 4 successes.
Even with penalties. Nice.
His
Yeah.
heartbeat has slowed down to about 1 a minute. The core concern 1 beat a minute because you got 4 fucking successes. The core concerns are he's lost a lot of blood, and so what's in there right now is probably not enough to keep him going for very long.
Well, look, I can't put it back in him.
You cannot.
You can't.
But you have certainly prolonged it. You prolonged his life, which is important. Yes, Reverend?
No, what I'm trying to think now. What would happen if you took blood that like fell on the floor and then like put it back? So it's like all dirty now, right? It's like gonna work. It's like dusty
I mean, you can
blood.
use matter, right? And
That's what kidneys are for.
Gross. He'll be fine. Just walk it off. This is Victorian London. We breathe pollution. We don't care.
I mean,
There's
my
arsenic in the
body,
walls.
maybe?
Is it my turn or did it just look
You look really excited. Yes, it's your turn.
all right?
You see this shadow creature rearing back at you, ready to do something.
Okay, now this creature looks like it's made of the same Gibbledy business as the Ninth Calamity, essentially.
Yeah.
Is that what it looks like?
One could say it was bestowed a demonic gift by the Ninth Calamity.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. It looks like you said it looked like she was about to scream.
Or something. Yes, rear back to do something. The boss is telegraphing its attack.
That's awesome. I would like to, instead of defending, because I don't know what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
I want to leap at her again.
Yeah.
Grab like the top of, I don't know if she has hair or the shadow, and just shove my fist into her mouth, and just like and like start driving it into her mouth.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna need a grapple, which is a strength and athletics.
And is my isolation going to give her penalties?
It will. It's gonna. In this case, it will be reducing her defense.
Do I get any modifiers? I don't remember if I get.
I'll give you 1 bonus die.
Whoopee. 2 successes.
You are able to get up on the creature and pry its mouth open, but it's absolutely fighting against you as you try to do this. It seems slowed, like it's moving through mud as it does so, but it's still, you can't quite get your fist in its mouth yet. You just didn't get enough successes to make it happen. But
That's fine.
you are up on it as it looks at you, and through its eyes, they turn for a moment shadow black. And as you stare into them, you feel comforted. You feel calm. All of the sound starts to die around you. All of the light starts to fade at the edges of your vision. And I would like you to make for me a wits resolve, a resolve composure roll.
Resolve. Composition.
Hey, baby, you got like 45 minutes.
2 successes.
You have to wait. This one right here is being ridiculous. It's just all up on my shit. Yeah. Okay, so with 2 successes, you are not fully taken over in this shadow reverie, but you will lose your next action as you have come for the first time face to face with the abyss itself, which felt like the most blissful nothing you have ever encountered. It was a place where you could be cajoled into allowing yourself to disintegrate into the universe itself, losing all sense of self. You're able to pull it back a little bit, but it stunned you, and your next round is out.
Okay.
Mole. So if you had failed, it would have been way worse.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Callie, is there a way I can assist you?
This child's dying. We need to stop the bleeding.
Do you know his blood type?
Not really. No, haven't really had time for all that.
Is blood type? I think blood types are a thing, right?
Blood types are kind of a thing.
That's right. We looked this up before.
We did. We looked it up.
Did we discuss who might be O negative?
No, we did not.
Is there a roll I could do to see if I'm O negative?
Roll a d10. I'm going to type a number in chat. If you get higher than that number, you'll be O negative. I'm going to hit enter at the same time as you. There we go.
I already hit enter.
I already hit enter as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 7. You are not O negative.
Damn it, I can't. Oh. I'm going to use state change.
Okay.
To turn the blood that's coming out of his wound solid, making it a scab.
Okay.
Ooh,
That works.
Nice.
smart.
And state change is a praxis for me.
Nice.
Let me check. It might be a praxis. It's definitely a rote.
Okay. Well, if it's a rote, roll it as a rote. Take your extra dice. And if you happen to get more than 3 successes, we'll figure out if it's a praxis.
It's a rote. Okay. And
Do
2
it.
extra.
I love you, Harper. You're just all up in my jam right now. I'm in the middle of a
I
high
get 2
energy session
extra
here.
for the thing.
Yes.
Yeah. 1 success.
1 success is all you need. You see the blood start to crust around the neck, and it's almost like ice forming as the building again collapses in around you for a moment, and you feel that energy being drawn into the wound. The blood itself scabs over as there's this horrible wheezing noise coming from him now as well. Perhaps he's breathing more normally, or perhaps he's taking his final few breaths. There's no true way to know at the moment, as his throat was indeed cut. Okay, so with that, we'll go back to Jekyll and Keranunos. He looks at you again and goes, "What did you do?" And his voice suddenly shifts into a much more female voice, and she looks at you with these intense, dark holes.
we just had to deal with a ninth calamity, and there were children involved, and oh yes, Reverend moved the ley line.
We'll talk more about
Also-
this later.
Also, there's an awakened mage upstairs, so I don't know what is going on, and they've been there for a dreadfully long time. Also, if
kind
you
of-
couldn't tell, I have been dying slowly.
She kind of looks at you and puts her hand on your shoulder. Please hold.
Need to figure out exactly how many million dice to roll.
Is it the carrot goes this way, right? For a higher
It's,
than?
It wants
No,
to eat the bigger number.
It wants to eat the dice.
It wants to eat the dice. Okay, sweet.
Right.
Okay. That'll be 1, 2, 3 / R 3d10.
A lot of dice.
Okay. Oh, greater than. It's supposed to be greater than 8. That's fine. Whatever. How many current wounds do you have?
I have 2 aggravated, 2 lethal, and the rest are all bashing.
Heal 2 lethal and 2 bashing.
Okay.
As you feel
so-
your wounds begin to seal. And
that's.
you've never been angry healed before, but this is what angry healing feels like, by the way. This is yeah. Okay.
Jesus.
And you guys have now, Jekyll, you and Kernunos have both made it up to the flight of stairs and will be in this thing next round. Reverend has lost his turn. With that, this being wraps its wings around Reverend and begins to crush. And so I'm going to need you to make me a... You're the one in combat. That's going to be a stamina resolve roll. Yes.
Does it have to spend a willpower for the isolation?
It does have to spend a willpower for the isolation. It's moving very slowly, but Reverend's not the
Also not moving.
Yeah.
May I spend a willpower to get myself some more oomph
Dice?
in this?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what does that give me? 3 dice?
3 extra dice.
Okay. 3 successes.
Okay. You will take 2 bashing damage, and that's it. As this thing begins to crush around you. And Kali and Mole, you see this. She has like scooped Reverend up in her wings in like this terrifying slow motion movement of the shadows, with it like pieces of the shadow kind of bleeding off of her as there's this you don't hear anything pop or break yet, but I just did that for the Foley artist in me where it's
Oh no, He's cracking his back a little bit.
Ooh.
Can I say something to her?
No, you are stunned for this round. You have
Okay, cool.
anything. Yeah. Which takes us back to Kali.
Okay. Can I see that he's taken any damage?
You cannot see him at the moment. He's
Right.
wrapped in these like shadowy angelic wings.
In that instance, I'm gonna still focus on the kid.
Okay. Okay.
Since we got the okay to do the experience thing, I believe I did this right because it was 4 experience for the increase in dot.
Yeah.
And then I believe 1 to do a rote. So I think the one I want is I want knit.
Okay.
I think that's the right one to heal the lethal and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Lethal or bashing.
Yep.
So
I just did that to Jekyll.
Yeah. So that's what I want to do. For the kid.
Thank
Try
you.
to save him.
All right.
And
Do it to it.
duh.
Oh wait.
Is the tagline for this episode "Save the Kids, Save the World"?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Remove all of your bashing, by the way. It's 6 ups for successes. It was just the 8s were they actually have 8 again. Which is why.
Okay,
so
so
you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. So the 2 lethal and any remaining bashing.
Okay.
So Kali, This is now a rote for you, so you get your 3 bonus dice on it. And you get your free reaches, so casting it instantaneously doesn't matter. So that will be a roll of life plus gnosis plus 3.
Life plus gnosis plus 3. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't use my arcane, right? Or no?
No, you would not for this.
Okay. Wait, what? No.
That's initiative.
You
okay.
had clicked
I
on
know.
initiative.
My
Yeah.
heart
I
collapsed for a
know.
moment, thinking you got 14
I
successes.
know.
Oh, I know. I was like, oh, I didn't know we were
You've
playing
actually
Exalted
removed
tonight.
two years from this boy's life. Or added 2 years to this boy's life. Yeah.
Yes.
At 14 successes. That is what happens. Yeah.
Why is it not? Okay, there we go. Plus 3. Oh no!
Oof.
You do have a reroll you just got.
You did you get a
Can I
reroll.
reroll?
Yeah.
Yes, of course you may. That's what it's there for. Thank you
Now
to
might be a
Strider
good
winners
time.
for giving Collywinner the reroll for 500 bits.
How
Yes.
with 3 modifiers, 3 life, and 3 genosis do you get a negative? That sucks.
4 successes.
There we
so
go.
Much.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Strider.
Who gave that to us?
Strider.
Strider
thank
Winters.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was a lifesaver. Literally, I guess.
Yeah, literally.
I can now afford bad decisions again.
Why? God damn it.
Yep. Okay. So, you begin to see the flesh knit up underneath the throat. The breathing becomes much more regular. Well, the heartbeat is still incredibly slow because you slowed the heartbeat. This person is now essentially in a coma, but is not anymore in life-saving or in life-threatening situation.
Look, it's fine. It's fine.
And then Mole.
So there's this death rote called shadow sculpting.
Sure.
It's not a rote, actually.
Yeah.
It's a death rote. So I want to
Yeah.
control the shadows and just strip her of them. Put those back.
I love Mage. Because you have to be like, metaphysically speaking, are they actually? Why don't you? I like it. Let's give me a roll of that. I'm not even sure what the roll for that is, to be honest, because
For casting the spell or an arcanum?
is it just a death gnosis?
It's a
It's-
death gnosis. I'm holding my coin, so +1.
Genosis.
What, a 2 or a 3?
Genosis.
You've got a free
I am running low on
anti-reroll there,
willpower,
Reverend.
but I will.
I'm also running low on willpower because of Reverend's constant use of genosis.
Correct use is genosis.
Okay. This doesn't cost me mana. Yay. Oh, I have to fill in. Do I want to take any?
Do you want to take any?
Because
Take it all.
I'm using. I have to take one because I only have death 1.
Oh yeah, there you go. Blah,
So
blah.
I will take
Oh.
1 paradox. Yeah, 1 paradox.
Nothing happens.
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay, so
At very
There's
least, I would
suddenly
like
no
to peel back
shadows.
the wings.
yeah, there are suddenly no shadows around her. By which I mean the shadow beast is still there because it is an animate form, and you would need to use prime unmaking. But what I will say is, because I like that, it gives the next person who wants to interact with this additional dice, because she's a clear as day target, as it's not illuminated, but in a dark room that's kind of dimly lit by oil lamps with shadows being cast everywhere. It's almost like you put a spotlight on her.
I'm satisfied.
Sweet. Which brings us, at this point, Jackie and Kernunos walk in. Jackie, I'll let you go first.
Jekyll's just gonna see this site as like, right. So, about that. Yes, that's happening now. I won't ask. I just assume it's going to be the worst thing possible. And I look over and Mole. I'm assuming this is a bad thing.
Kill it.
Good enough. And I am actually going to use the new rote that I acquired, and it's going to be the Mind 4 Mind Flay.
Nice.
So what's going to happen is my Jekyll's Nimbus starts to glow, and you see, and is there any windows or mirrors in this room?
There are windows in this room.
Okay, so as the windows in this room, there's now this shadowy figure with like a crooked top hat just glancing through, passing by, and you just hear all these whispers, these condescending whispers about everyone being inadequate and useless and nothing. And as that happens, Jekyll's eye, one of his right eye, turns to a different color for a brief moment, to a solid green from a blue. And we're gonna roll some dice. I'm also going to spend willpower for this rock because I want this to hurt.
Yeah.
Also, so it's what it does is it deals damage equal to the potency of the spell. I'm gonna spend two reaches to make it and a mana to inflict aggravated damage.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so it's gonna do aggravated damage. 2 reach for that. It's instant. This is Mind 4. This is a rote for me. So I guess the remaining reaches go straight to potency.
Indeed.
So how much potency is that technically? 2 potency, right?
That would be 2 additional potency, yes.
Well, since I got back the health, why the heck not? I'm gonna put some more paradox in for more potency.
Okay. How many more? What do you want to risk?
Let's go with a solid 3.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So your base potency for this, if you pull off the spell, is 5 ag.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit!
And I'm using 3 willpower for this.
Mm-hmm. Well, you
Or
can only
3
ever
mana.
use 3 mana.
Oh no, 3 mana. Well, I'm using
Yeah.
mana for that, but I'm spending willpower. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's
A lot
That
of
is
bad
3.
things.
So sweet. Go ahead and roll your spell. Go ahead and roll your spell.
Okay. So it's Gnosis plus Mind,
Mhm.
and then 3 from willpower.
Yeah.
Did you say we get extra dice for the for Mole kind of expunging the shadows out of the
She
thing?
has negatives. Unless
Okay,
I was
she
wrong,
has-
Mole, right?
It's how you want to play it, because me moving the shadows just controls.
No, the other
shadows.
thing. The other thing.
Oh, the isolation. Yes, she has -2.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
got lower
the
defense. She's got
isolation.
fewer dice. She's got
Okay, so it's basically just Gnosis Mind plus Mind plus 3. Okay, that's
Yes.
all I needed to know. Okay, that's going to be very horrifying and interesting. 4 successes.
Okay. So the wings begin to burn off. How many health boxes do you have, Jekyll?
Let's see. I have right now, because of what you did earlier. Okay, so total I have 8 health boxes, but 2 of them are right now with aggravated damage.
Okay. Well, you're going to add 3 more aggravated damage to your track. As part of
That's
this, the spell backlashes directly on you. You do pull it off, and you, you guys see the flesh begin to flake off of Jekyll's face, and just kind of melt away in the same way that the shadows begin to melt away from this creature. And by the time the incantation is complete, almost half of Jekyll's face, because Jekyll and Hyde, is terribly wounded and scarred and puckered with blood. It's have you ever had road rash? Where
Yes.
you're not bleeding, it's that layer above, right? Where it's just
Yeah.
like pink flesh and like, okay, so content warning, by the way. I normally don't go this graphic, but it feels appropriate at this point.
Is horror still working?
Yeah. And you half of your face is just this ruin now as you pull this off. But there's this horrifying scream from the shadow creature, and it dissipates. And the woman who was in the husk itself falls to the ground, dead.
Oh. It is a pleasure to greet you, Sir Keranos, Lord Keranos. But I'm afraid we need to very rapidly descend beneath street level, as something has opened and changed down there.
I am well aware of what has happened down there.
What has happened down there?
Sit and tell me your story.
Will the child, Kali, will the child survive?
Can I do another medicine check to make sure it's all good and fine, or
Yes,
should we just say
You
that?
should absolutely
Okay.
you should absolutely make another medicine check.
Okay, I can do that thing. Uncheck the gnosis.
You need the right genosis to get the job
You're
done.
saying this is why we're all gonna die.
Probably. 3 successes.
Comatose but stable.
I believe they'll live, but we should bring them back to the clinic for treatment.
And may I
As
say,
well as
real
I.
quick, as a storytelling note, Kernunos was there. Thank you for not making me use him. Thank you for being amazingly creative role players and pushing yourself and making me not have to use Kernunos in any way whatsoever other than a storytelling mechanism. I just wanted to throw that out there mid-game. Thank you. That's awesome. Yes, that's awesome.
It makes them more ominous too, because it's
Yeah.
like, ooh, we still don't know what they can do.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Yes, my lord. I will take a seat. There was an old woman. How much of this is he going to care about? There were brain spiders brought to our realm by the Anthraka the Ninth Calamity, and it was infesting children and spreading the brain spiders throughout London, causing a magical disruption, weakening the veil, tempting to bring through more power. We tracked it here, prepared, brought the ley line to our advantage, leveraged its might to destroy Anthraka. And I just got up here where this shadow thing was attacking the Reverend. The child is stable. I'm assuming this is the Awakened Mage, and there's something underground, and I just don't know what it is, but
Who do you believe summoned Anthraka the Ninth Calamity to this place?
a mage.
Whoever did, I have many choice words for them.
The missing body parts. As I say, as I'm digging through the woman's belongings, trying to find any information I can. They should be missing teeth, I think. They should be missing.
A few fingers.
3 fingers.
I want to check the woman's hands and her mouth. Like, is she missing any of those pieces?
She's not missing any of those pieces.
Oh.
Am I getting that right? Were those the
You
pieces
are
that we were-
correct, yes.
Okay.
And
it was
in
teeth,
fact-
it was a finger. Was it an eye? I think too.
I think it was just teeth and fingers.
Teeth and fingers, indeed.
Whatever mage did it. Well, whatever mage did this, it caused some pieces of themselves.
That is
This is-
correct. In order to summon Anthraka the Ninth Calamity, you must give of yourself flesh and bone.
All right, we need to look at this guy.
It is of a left-handed path and not allowed.
We
But
couldn't
something
tell.
worse has happened because of your actions. Moving the ley line activated the rectory below.
The rectory.
There sits an object of great power. And yet it has been stolen by those now who summoned Enthraka.
Well, I
You have
apologize, but we are a
apparently,
bit busy.
in your haste, speeded up your quarry's plans.
Well, if they're in haste, then that means they cannot take too many precautions.
I did not say they were in haste. I merely intimated that they capitalized on your harsh and rash behavior.
Well, we only had about a few more days before things were going to get real bad. It was already spreading all over Whitechapel. What did you expect us to do?
Come to your elders and speak of the problem. You have lost one of the most important artifacts of mage kind. Sitting here below Whitechapel, safeguarded by those of my order for millennia. And now you shall be the ones to retrieve it.
Sounds fair.
There is no
So-
time to waste.
So everyone knew.
Thank you for no one
No
informing
one
us.
knew.
Oh,
I alone was the secret keeper.
And you weren't aware of my research, which is beneath you, I understand.
Many are the ancient and old passageways underneath the city. The best place to hide a needle is in a haystack.
Did you lock it in a box? Should have locked it in a box.
I locked it underneath a series of impressive wards that only great magic such as that which flows through an ancient ley line could break. Thus, years ago the ley lines were moved in order to ensure that they would never touch that place again.
I'll move this one.
The seals are broken and the item is gone. It is too late.
No, I said I moved this one over here.
I am impressed by your magical prowess and upset at your inability to know how to control it and understand the ramifications of your actions correctly.
I thought it would help us kill the North Clavy.
We were fooled. The Anthraka was brought maybe to weaken the veil and thus the wards as well. But we, instead of the trickle of water that Anthraka's breaking of the veil would give them, we gave them a hose,
That is correct.
a full pump.
A battering ram with
Where
which
would
to
they
break
bring it?
sacred and ancient wards.
Because I was right.
Where would they bring this item?
Look at the face of this child. Rare is the time that one is to awaken at such an age. 40 years hence, this child will be an adult. 30 years hence, this child will be again in grave danger. This child has a future that is important to all mages everywhere. And now the enemy has the weapon by which to destroy them.
So we protect this child.
No, we find the weapon.
You find the weapon, and you return it. The object is called the Ox Spear.
Ox spear, like a cow.
Ark. A-R-K.
Arc.
Oh,
That arc.
ARK, not ARC. Okay.
like a bow.
A-R-C, 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 A-R-C.
Okay.
ARC,
Either
okay.
or.
All right.
This child's future is written, and it is full of blood and death, but should he live through that crucible, He will change the world.
All right.
Right.
Then we go get this spear. We can do that.
You will leave
We'll need to-
immediately. I will travel with you to the resting place, the Arkspear. And from there
And
we
who's
will
gonna
ask.
watch the child in the meantime?
He goes and lays his hands on the child. He looks over at the body of the matron to make sure she's dead, in order to not incur additional paradox for teleporting the child elsewhere. And in a moment...
I'll walk over and snap her neck.
Okay. You feel around you this verdant, sort of wild energy, as if you're in a deep and ancient forest. You smell loam, you feel life. Around you is what the world must have been like before man, as Kernunos casts its spell, and the child disappears. It is one of the most powerful sorts of magical feelings you've ever had come over you.
What can you tell us about the Arkspear?
It is a weapon guarded by my order, and it is one of the few that, should it pierce the heart, those special few who are meant to shape destiny, rips apart their gift, removes them from the cycle of time, and eliminates their course in history. They become nothing.
What is it made of?
It is an ancient artifact whose make comes from the earliest time of our history. It is made of adamantine and gold. It is made of starstone, diamond.
All right.
Think you can trace it, Mole?
No. I can't. Like, this is not within this. I don't think I can.
Are we supposed to find it?
Wait. This is... I'm a very structured mage. This is a little... I have an ability to see over a large distance of area. Is there any way that we could augment my ability to see physically?
We should attempt to obtain a sympathetic connection by going to the place where the theft happened.
Yes.
Strong were the
yes.
words there. Shall we?
Right.
Let's go.
Wait. Before we go any further, using the prime, tell us your name as a mage.
My name is Kernunos. I am they who watch the woods. I am they who lead this conciliation.
Does it resonate magically?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I shudder as it happens. I was like, I did not want to lead you down there and have you be a false.
Pierce deception.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to use pierce deception.
Okay.
That might do some things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm down with it. I think being careful is a good thing, and I in no way want to stop you from being careful.
One success.
point out-
You see the sigil.
As I just...
He actually, or they actually have a magical sigil that they have crafted that lives only within the ether, and seeing through into the prime world, you see everywhere Kernunos walks, growth follows. Wild, untamed growth. The sigil is horns wrapped in thorn. And in that moment, you know that the person who bears that sigil's name is Kernunos. And that person carries a deep, weight of responsibility upon them.
It's them.
I respect your mistrust.
Yeah, fool me once, but fool me twice.
What? Sorry.
They tricked me once and made me move the thing, and then they
No,
stole.
we.
They
they-
stole the spear out of the box, the lockbox covered in runes, and then I'm gonna make sure he's not a thief.
Did they trick me?
Let's just go to where this thing is stolen.
Yes, let's. I know the access routes. I might have to do some digging. It might take a moment.
No, we shall travel directly.
Yes, sir. Or yes, Lord.
Do we
Stand
start digging?
in a circle surrounding me.
Kali's gonna wordlessly walk over.
Jekyll as well.
I move into position.
As you do, Kernunos begins to chant. Vines begin to grow up through the cracks in the floor. They reach up and form a circle around the 5 of you. Lines begin to grow between your feet and the feet of your compatriots and the feet of Kernunos. They begin to grow up your legs and sprout green leaves. Thorns begin to prick at your legs and you feel a pulling downwards. At first terrifying, but quickly gone as the scene passes from standing in a dark, high room looking over an alley to a marble room seemingly lit from the stone itself with Atlantean runes scrawled into each of the walls and filigreed in gold. In the center there is a plinth made of pure obsidian, additional runes scribed within it that have silver inlay. On top, there is what looks to be enough space to hold a spear between 3 prongs, each made of a different metal. One which you don't recognize seems to have a greenish tinge to it. But no spear rests there. Behind you is an open circular portal that leads into the dark tunnels behind. This was the resting place of the Oxspear. The vines begin to fade. You take no damage as you look down. You see, even though you felt the pricks of those thorns into your legs, that no damage has been done to your clothing or your legs.
Can you do anything here, Mole?
This is where I've wanted to be for so long. And it's my fault.
What are you being so hard on yourself for? We're in the dark. We're in a dingy little hole under the ground. You should be happy.
I should be in control. But I'm not, and I will accept blame for that. Now, I will turn on my mage sight and oh wait, yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
No, my passive mage sight would let me know that that is a terrible idea.
This place has been deeply warded, and there is like shattered hunks of magic on the ground through Mage Sight, as if someone took
It's
a
like
battered...
a flashbang going on.
Yeah.
It's like, ow, my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like going to a rave and never blinking.
Yes.
Oh, that's rough.
Perhaps if we pool our powers together, we can ascertain the location of these people.
Right.
I still have the ley line over this area, don't I?
Indeed, we can draw upon its power.
All right. I've still got mana left. Let's do it. Jekyll, you all right? You sure you're up for this?
I will survive for now.
Half your face is gone.
Yes, a price for our ignorance.
Perhaps we can figure out something later to fix that.
We will resolve this another time.
Well then, Do we all hold hands?
I am not able to lead this ritual. One of you must choose its shape and nature.
I
think the mole should do it.
unless someone else is practiced in detecting substance.
I'm a bit practiced in matter, but not that much. Not as
This
much as
is-
life or death.
This is your expertise in matter will assist me.
I'd be
Now.
happy to assist.
I can choose a. Here's what the classical rote says. I can choose a substance as broad or as specific as the mage likes. If I add time, I can detect whether the chosen substance has been within, and if I add forces, I can search for signals. Nah, I don't need that. So I'm going to, if you'll allow me, combine this detect substance with my the sight that I keep using from space that allows me to see things as a 3D map.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How is everyone else going to help you with this? This needs to be a group effort.
I can give Jekyll's going to cast perfect recall on Mole. So
Okay.
you have a perfect recollection with vivid detail. For every level potency of the spell, the subject can recall one memory with perfect accuracy. Can also remember exact size, smell, weight, and words written on a piece of paper, for example. Can recall the exact details of a conversation, including bits that they weren't even consciously aware of, and things like those kind of minute details.
Yes, that does sound useful. How I don't know how the Reverend can assist me, besides maintaining the ley line, but fuel.
Yes. Increasing the potency of the spell to reach further heights.
Is there a way? So I'm trying to look in.
You're
Is
what,
there
a
a way?
4 prime or 3 prime?
I have enough XP to pump myself up, but I don't know if I'm allowed to go to
Yes.
Genosis 4 or Prime 4 or anything.
You can
I
go to
thought we
Prime
couldn't-
4.
Yeah, I didn't think we could.
Yeah, you
go
need
to
Gnosis
4.
3 to get to Prime.
Done
to get to
deal.
4.
Right.
I am now at Prime 4.
There you go.
All right, you could do all kinds of shit with Prime 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't looking. There's some move called Apocalypse. What? Oh, I think I read this before. No, you can give somebody Mage Sight, and they're like, "Wow." So that's fine.
Yeah, that's quite the
I
apocalypse.
thought it was like you literally are like calling down some crazy shit. So
I mean, it's apocalyptic.
Destroy Task, Hollow Dance. I don't know what any of these are.
Supernal Dispellation?
I wasn't reading these. I'm sorry.
So essentially, I would allow you to, if you
Yeah.
want to help fuel the ritual and empower it. Tell me how would you narratively try to do that with Prime Magic?
So the way that I would do it is I've got a hold of the ley line,
Yeah.
right? And so what I imagine that I would do is dig my fingers into it and just like kind of electrocute it to like wake it up more, like almost make it beef it up a little bit, like put some of my prime, align my prime with this thing, this ley line.
Yep.
And attach myself to the ritual. So think almost like the current can run through me. And I'm grabbing a live wire essentially while they grab my back. And So I'm like
I think
a
that
generator.
makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Sweet.
I mean, in my brain, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great.
Okay. And if that hurts me or something, I think that probably makes sense because that sounds like a crazy thing to do. I'm not sure how ley lines work, but
We'll see
in
what
my mind,
happens.
it's almost like grabbing like a live wire on a telephone pole.
Indeed.
Let's
so why
do
don't
it.
you
I'm ready
make
to
me
roll.
a Gnosis Prime roll? Just straight Gnosis Prime.
Gnosis Prime, and I will spend mana because I want this spell to work.
Okay.
Gnosis.
Did you mean willpower?
I guess I mean willpower.
To get the 3 extra dice? I imagine that
Yeah.
pumping mana into it would just make it even more powerful. Right, like...
Well, then I guess I want to do that.
But willpower will give you more dice on the cast. So you could
All right.
technically do
Which is
both.
more likely. Yeah, more
I
likely
guess-
to succeed.
Then I guess I'll do that.
Okay.
Well,
Whoa.
Hey, a whole bunch of
that's an
them.
exceptional.
Yeah.
What's a
Yeah, there you go.
6
That's
successes.
that's a thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
exceptional.
well? We haven't seen that since the ley line.
No.
I'm wrestling this boa constrictor.
You will
Let's do
not be
this.
able to draw on any ley line or use any mana for the next week.
Oof.
As if you've essentially burned out your circuits.
Cool.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
burned out your magic circuits.
That's fine.
You can still cast.
I can still cast
But
spells, right? Yeah.
Tapping those additional reserves that you have within you is kind of done for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's
So-
do it.
That will be. So narratively, we still have to figure out, Kali, how can you help me?
Out of curiosity, didn't you say that there was a third substance that we didn't actually recognize?
Indeed.
Could potentially figuring out what exactly that is help? Like
Yes.
if I wanted to use discern composition,
You could also ask Carnunos.
well, yeah, that would be the logical thing.
The being that built it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eh. Well, okay. I guess I'll go ahead and ask in the meantime, but I'm trying to figure out how I can actually help here.
Yeah. They will
Let's get-
explain it is orichalcum.
Ah.
Orichalcum is a metal from the elder days, not to be found in the loam of modern times.
Those are my favorite swords in Skyrim. They looked the coolest.
Yes.
Jackie the mage player knows very well. I guessed it was orichalcum.
Hey. All right. So, Kali, you can expand. Do you have the ability to augment?
I have matter too, if that helps out of character.
It certainly doesn't hurt.
It does. It would allow you to be kind of the assistant ritualist in this case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so essentially I could just help cast. Yeah,
For sure.
that thing.
So
alright.
a melange of prime space matter and then mind from Jekyll.
Mm-hmm.
So Jekyll, go ahead and make your roll.
Okay. So are we, since we're casting as a ritual, does that mean I can use yantras?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. In that case, since it's mind, I will actually retrieve the mirror from my coat pocket that hasn't been totally smashed miraculously. And that will be the focus of the recording.
Okay.
And we will use that. So it's gnosis plus mind, and let me see, since this is a rote for me. Can I throw in my academic skill into that to kind of be like
As your rote skill?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So academics is at I believe I have it at 3. Yes. So I have 3 for that, and then 1 from the yantra, right?
Yes. Well, you can only max out at 3 unless
Okay.
going up in
All right,
Gnosis allowed you to, yeah.
Well, I only have Gnosis 3, so that's all. I
Okay,
can get.
yeah, so you can only spend
So-
the 3.
That's fine. All
Yeah.
right. So we'll do that, and 1 success.
All
And I
right.
can spend and I'll use the remaining potency for that spell to help for every detail that Mole needs.
Okay. Kernunos is going to step in and add time to the mix in order to help with the potency of the power. And so this is going to be the 5 of you casting together. Mole is going to roll. What is your base dice pool, Mole?
It would be 4. No, 3 plus 2. It would be 5 plus 1 for a yantra, or
Okay.
but
So
the
you're going
way
to...
I'm-
go ahead.
Can I say
Yes.
I'll talk a little bit?
No,
So
absolutely
Oh.
not. Please do.
yeah, so the way that the mole is going to do this is the power is going to be flowing through the Reverend into a circle inscribed on the floor.
Okay.
The mirror is going to be held shining light onto the middle of the circle, and using the time and the sheer raw power, the mole is going to create an exact map of London as it currently is. And that light that is reflecting into the like a holographic projection is just going to appear in the circle like a Google Maps.
I love it.
And the light is going to shine like an Indiana Jones movie
Okay.
into the exact point we are looking for, and it will effectively be a live hologram of the city. The mole is going to take off his shoes and dig his feet into the dirt of this place and connect with London itself if he can.
Okay. I love it. That's amazing. Yeah. So you're going to start at a base of 5 dice plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 5 dice.
Okay.
That's a lot of dice.
While all this is going on, Kali's gonna like cut her hand and just drip some blood into the area, just for flavor.
No, here's the
And to
thing
help-
that
No?
that blood will congeal on the point we need.
Okay. cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, like it'll swim to where it needs to go.
Yes.
May
It'll
I also spend a willpower
Of course you may.
for 8 bonus dice? I have 6 successes.
The room darkens, begins to close in around you as the ritual begins to go. In front of you, you see raising up through the ground a 3D model of London. Tiny people moving around on the streets. The blood begins to drip out of Kali's hand, and as it drops, it begins to move through the air very slowly, passing over the entirety of London around you, passing over the ritual circle itself, passing over further and further until it lands in a corner of the room, which directionally would be southeast of you. Pretty far. You realize as you're looking at this, though, that the time that has moved on the map and the time that it takes the blood to hit that location spans about 3.5 days of life for the people in London. So you know that that spot, wherever that may be, given the size of the London map, is where this thing will be in 3 days. And that is where we're going to take our break. We'll be back in a minute. Bye!
Bye.
Okay.
Thanks.
Come back. Back. We're back. Hey, we're back. Hello, everyone. And welcome to the second half of tonight's finale. We'll call it the season 1 finale of Wardens of Whitechapel, because perhaps someday in the future we will return with this amazing group of people to this setting. And some of these characters, whoever may survive this last hour or so of play, we'll see what
I
happens.
back down.
Kali's still hurting pretty bad, so we'll find out.
For anyone who's keeping count, I'm at 5 aggravated damage out of 8.
Yes.
You just,
I
got,
am.
you just got healed a bunch. You're still at 5 ag.
I took three ag from my mind play.
Yeah.
I'm
when
pretty
he
sure I've got 3 lethal and 2 bashing, so yeah.
I'm at 3 lethal and 2 bashing. Yeah.
All right.
I'm okay. I'm doing all right.
So let's come back in, because I do want us to try and finish on time if we can.
Yeah.
The ritual is complete, and the drop of blood is far, far away from London 3 days from now.
That's going to be goddamn Stonehenge, isn't it?
It's to the southeast.
Oh.
Oh no, that's not Stonehenge.
The mall would know better.
You can make an academics intelligence test.
Yes. Can I use do I get a bonus from surveying?
Could I
Yes.
possibly do one as well?
Anybody-
academics intelligence just to help
Anybody who
out?
wants to, indeed, yes.
I'll do it. Fuck it.
Wait, southeast?
Oh,
No sense.
nothing.
Okay.
What is it?
Streetwise navigating. I'll add one for that. Yeah.
Intelligence and something else.
I have to unclick
Academics.
matter.
Kali did not pay attention in geography class.
Indeed not.
To be fair though, the average Londoner didn't know squat about geography,
Yeah. I have.
and
Why
I
do I-
apparently don't know anything either.
Why do
Y'all,
I have a -3 for academics?
Mole, what you know, it's not in England.
This is
It's
not England.
over the channel in Belgium. You're not sure what town is there. It's kind of on the border of France and Belgium. You have a good idea of where it is, but until you look at a specific map, you don't know what exactly is there.
tell everyone. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's off to maps.
Off to maps. Karen Nunes will say, "You have been put upon your quest, and I have helped as much as I am able. Retrieve this thing, and you will have made right. If you do not, a great weapon will be in the hands of the enemy. It will be on your heads." And with that, he's gone.
Before we leave, can I go ahead and cast Knit a few times on everybody who looks like they're clearly freaking hurting?
Yeah, so what I'm going to say is anyone who has bashings or lethals over the course of the next 3 days of research and travel and all that stuff will heal thanks to Kali, and for bashing thanks to time, those lethals and bashings.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically we'd be back at full health.
Unless you have
we
ags,
have-
at which you'll
Unless
get
you
to
have
heal
ags.
1. Yes.
I get one less ag. Yeah.
Yes.
Get to kill an egg.
Damn.
All right.
Oh boy.
I'm back in tip-top shape.
Same.
And do we recover willpower or no?
Yeah, you'll recover full willpower over the course of this time as well.
Important.
And can we gain some mana, please?
Everybody but Reverend can gain 1 mana. 2 mana total.
1 mana?
2 mana total.
2?
Cool mana.
I still
Okay.
have my potato chips to eat.
Yeah.
So I'm okay.
It's a coin.
No, they're potato chips now. I used my magic to change them into potato chips.
You're actually powerful enough to do that.
Damn Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
I need a mana to power up my genosis. I hate this. Brock's like, this party's going to hell.
Yeah, it's cool. I love it. Yeah.
So I have contacts in map places.
You do.
I have contacts in a academics and surveyors guild.
Yes.
I will go raid maps of France.
It is the middle of the night, but so if you all want to go get some rest, maybe, and sleep through the
Yes,
night, and then
that
in the
is
morning,
true.
okay. As morning comes, you are. It's actually not that hard to ascertain where it is. Simply looking at a map, with train lines on it, you immediately, given your knowledge of space, are able to pinpoint it to a town called Ypres, Ypres, which is about 30 miles southeast of Dunkirk. And the blood dot specifically dropped on the train station. And the primary thing Ypres is known for is its textile manufacturing. It's a smallish town. There's like a really major old church there. Yes, it is a town called Ypres. Ypres, as it would become known by British soldiers in the Great War. Just FYI, because I'm a font of useless World War I history. Yeah. So, that is where it will be now in about a day. What you think is going to be around 10 a.m. 3 days from now.
And you said it's going to be at the train station?
Yes.
You said there's a church.
There are 2 churches in town and a large textile manufactory and a train station. Those are the 3 major things. It's a relatively small town, population maybe 1,500, 2,000.
Yeah.
But clearly from there, someone could go anywhere else in Europe very easily.
Yes.
Okay. Can I have my cross back? Can I say that?
Yeah,
I went
you
down
could
and ripped
absolutely
that
have
out?
recovered your cross, yes.
Cool. Oh, that big cross.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the end of the week, so I don't have to worry about that other thing yet.
No, you don't.
Thank God for
Oh,
repressed
yeah.
memories, right, guys?
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
times that I So where do we want to go in here? What's the plan?
Well, do you think that it could have moved, perhaps?
Well, it will. We will be there at the time it will be there. Yes.
Ah, fair enough.
But what do we do? The people who have it, or person or persons, won't be flaunting it.
No.
But it's not small. We all saw the size of it.
Well, I think that's why we got our stanky old wizard eyes, so we can take a look. If they're carrying it in a box, we'll probably see some, you know.
But they have them too.
So I would imagine they would have warded whatever container they put it in.
That's fine. I will take whatever container they put it in with me.
I can usually see through illusions, things like that. I'm pretty good at that. So is Mole. Mole's pretty good at it. I could wait at the train station, right? Have one of my Bibles, and you know, do the whole street recruitment thing. Hey, you want to talk about God? Go to church. And meanwhile, it gives me a reason to talk to people and be in the public eye without looking too suspicious.
But we know nothing about the people. We know nothing about our enemies.
No.
Oh, where would they hide it, you think, in this town?
I
Ended at the train station, right? That's where I was thinking of standing. But if you want to get them before they get there, is there maybe a warehouse or somewhere people won't look too hard?
don't know this town.
I mean, shit, they could have buried it in the graveyard for all I know. That's a pretty smart place to put it. Pull that out at night.
Well, the reason this magic would work the way it does is that it would be revealed somewhere. So maybe someone's selling it and they have to open whatever is warding it.
Right.
Perhaps, but is there a way for us to track if we know what it's made out of?
It's made out of... yes. Let me check my notes.
Made out of a bunch of made-up rocks.
Yes, made-up rocks. Diamond, adamantine, gold, starstone. And orichalcum, I believe, was laced. But
Starstone is orichalcum. He was just
okay.
being poetic. Yeah.
So is there a way that we could just go ahead and track that specific combination?
I mean, orichalcum is not going to exist in modern times, he said. So that is the simplest thing to track.
So if we go ahead and do the thing, words.
So what I'm sensing is we need to cast a wide enough net there so we can see what we can find.
That's what I would say.
How would each of us stop a train from leaving?
Ooh, easy.
Well,
Oh, well, you get on it and you just tell the driver, hey, stop it. Knock it off.
Or
you're kidding, yes?
No, you get on the train. That's easy enough. Just hop on. And then you walk up to where the man is, you toss him off, and you pull the lever.
That sounds more like a feasible
Are
plan.
you suggesting that we try to rob a train?
Now, I would never condone thievery. But
I would. For this, yes.
all right, well, that's not surprising. But no, I'd rather not attack people and rob a train. But if they are on that train, and if that's the only way to get this, I think that's our only option.
if I may, I believe I might have a better suggestion.
Right?
Okay.
I do
You look
know
nervous
how to,
about it.
I do know how to shape matter to my will. So, okay, mechanically, essentially, I want to use shaping. If I use +2 reach, I can create an environmental tilt.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And I could potentially use an earthquake to damage the tracks.
I mean,
So I can't leave.
yeah, I am actually I'm an expert at shaping, actually. It is one of my specialties. It's a praxis for me.
You guys can cause earthquakes, though?
Technically, a little for a very short time.
Tremors. You can probably do tremors, right?
No,
I
we
could
can
also
literally,
bend the
with
tracks.
shaping, With shaping, we could literally cause an earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It
that's like a level 5 force thing. I don't know if you guys can do that.
We can.
With shaping with 2 reach, it literally says the mage can create an appropriate environmental tilt, such as earthquake, flooded, or heavy winds.
Oh, what the fuck? Fuck you, forces power.
Well, here's the thing. Every power
That's
does different
fair.
things kind of at different levels for different costs, right?
Yeah.
There are multiple.
Mhm.
One of the great things about Mage is there are multiple ways to skin the apple. Force gets it later because it's raw power, right? But because Matter has it at like 3 or 4, I think. 3?
Mhm.
3.
3.
Because they're moving the thing itself as opposed to turning one thing into another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I could clearly we could disrupt the tracks to keep a train from leaving. If whoever takes it is leaving on a train, but we need to. Who could have potentially taken this? We know mages.
He also mentioned that it must have been a left-handed mage of some
A
sort.
left-handed mage, yes.
How does he know which hand he uses?
It's a saying about mages
Oh, no,
working.
I'm just fucking with
Okay, thank you.
you. All right, so we know that it's the left-hand mages, right? We're looking maybe for someone who's missing a bunch of teeth, missing
Fingers.
a finger. Mm-hmm. So that's a clue right there. I have a feeling that whoever's plan this was is not going to be too far away from this
Well-
thing. If this staff was the whole reason that they came in here to do this, right? It was basically a heist. They stole it from under us, using our fight with him as an opportunity. Then this is probably what they're after. So I have a feeling they're going to be right there with it.
Yes,
Yes.
but that means the danger is ever present because we have mages that are quite capable.
We are mages that are quite capable.
We are mages.
Right.
Look, don't get down on yourselves now. We destroyed the Ninth Calamity. I need you guys to be on your game. We've got not only Whitechapel to save, but who knows how much else. Sorry, my air conditioner is loud as fuck.
Sorry, you're giving me permission to go ahead and destroy the tracks a little.
I mean, if we have to, there's no need at the moment, but it should be a contingency we plan for.
Really, I just want to
Yes.
go ahead and cause an earthquake.
I really want you to
That's
cause an
really
earthquake
what
as
I
well.
want.
Yeah, I think it was your idea, and you should totally do it. Yeah, I'm into that.
I thought I was the enabler in this party.
No, you know what? You know what? It's the finale, so I wanna do the thing, cause an earthquake. It's fine.
Is there any way? Never mind. Okay.
I could literally just rip some of the track up off the ground. You don't have to destroy out the city for it.
It wouldn't be that widespread of an earthquake, but it would disrupt the station and the tracks. I take it you'd use the actual shaping to bend the metal of the tracks in a way that would.
Collie's gonna just nod. Yeah.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
great plan. I could turn the train into a gun. But what good would that do? I don't know.
Well, let's put it this way. If we know that they're going to be there, that means somebody has to be around waiting for it. If we could find them, intercept them, we may be able to acquire the exchange as if nothing ever happened. And we
Replace them.
replace them, yes.
Interesting. Well, I don't know how much more we can prepare.
I say we do this.
So we
Well,
going?
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't know
down.
what else we could do to prepare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it. Let's kill some wizards.
Yeah.
I mean, I will go to the order and request any tools. Well, I don't even know what tools to request.
For intercepting unknown mages at a railway platform 3 days from now? Yeah, that's a toughie.
A gun.
Shit, yeah, I'll buy a gun.
Just a gun. Just get a revolver. Fuck them.
You can get a gun. Yeah, anybody who wants to get a gun, get a gun. Pistol.
Cool.
I'm wealthy enough, and London is going through a Wild West fascination at the moment. That
Yes, they are.
I
Yeah,
will get a
they are.
gun.
Just
Go
buy
get
guns
yourself
all
a
the time.
6-shooter, Pilgrim.
Yes, thank you. Yes. Absolutely, Mr. Wild Bill.
He's actually probably been through recently. Or not Wild
Yes.
Bill, but he's dead by now. But
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill?
Buffalo Bill. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't have a plan, and it's terrifying. Let's go.
Booking passage across the channel is relatively easy. You can get from you can essentially take a boat from London to Dunkirk, down the Thames and around the coast, and then across, and then from there catch a train. It takes about a day's worth of total travel to make that happen, which will put you in the small Belgian village of Ypres one day from now. So unless is there any sort of interstitial scenes you want to have between then and now?
I will stop by my ex-wife's house,
Yes.
and I will kiss my son, and I will give them, just let them know I love them.
Aw. Okay.
You,
I love that.
He has children. He has a son.
While all this is going on, I will write a letter to my parents.
Okay.
Let them know that, hey, if I don't come back, just know I love you, sort of a thing. Might stop by, try to talk to Maggie. She'll probably turn me away, but that's okay.
Would it be any different if she didn't? Would it be Maggie if she didn't turn you away?
Would it be Maggie? No.
Yeah.
No.
Turns you away.
Jekyll is going to use his financial resources to ensure that the children of that boarding house have a place to stay that is not traumatically reminding of them of their awful time there, and also probably has consulted with probably one of the several of the at least one other therapist from the London hospital to oversee their care and well-being.
No, there's actually a relatively good boarding house kind of down the street from your all's place on Whitechapel itself, where they can take a number of them, and some of them will just go to the hospital where they need some extra care.
Yep. And I actually tell the hospital staff if any of the children need further time away from the city, I will write a letter to my household in Wales to receive any children if needed.
Okay, awesome. The children will be roundly well cared for, as best they can given the times in the society.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to first go visit Miss Havish.
Okay.
And make sure that
Hello.
that she's recovering well.
She is.
And,
Her eyes are clear. She seems more cogent.
Good, awesome. Then yeah, I just want to swing by, make sure that she's okay. And after I check on her, I want to go to. Is Whitechapel kind of in like the slums?
It's very slummy. Yeah. No, parts of it are very
Okay.
nice, but once you get off the main street, it is one of the most poor places in England. It is
Awesome.
tenement
One-stop
houses on top
shop.
of tenement houses. Yeah.
So I want to go visit Diana, the prostitute.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And yep, I want to just go visit her and let her know that I'm going to be leaving the city for probably a few days. But if you need anything, I'll be back in a few days. And I give her any of the money that I have
Aw.
pretty much scratched together.
Yep.
And just in case, hopefully I come back, but just in case that's yours, do with that as you will. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye. It was you're coming back though, yeah?
Yeah. Of course, Diana. I'll be back. We just got to take care of some things. So it's things are a bit crazy right now. But
All right.
yeah.
Well, take care of
Trying to-
yourself. I'll see you around, right?
I will. You too.
Well,
Right? Stay out of trouble.
I will
Yeah.
do my best.
I guess I should probably go ahead and put a closed sign on the clinic.
Yeah,
That's smart.
temporary,
That's smart.
out of
That's
town.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of town.
I need my anti-dying medicine. Oops. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's a pharmacy down the street that will give you something terrible.
No, literally just go right across the street and you'll be at a hospital.
Leeches and
It's fine.
cocaine. Just leeches and you can do it at home.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Here's
Yeah.
a kit. It says leeches and cocaine. And it's just a little white box.
It's the original formula for Dalewood Oleum margarine.
Oh my god, yeah. It is the original formula for Dalewood Oleum margarine. That is correct. Because we have to keep these things in universe.
Like 1 box with leeches, 1 box with cocaine. It's fine. Have fun.
The leeches have been gorged on the blood of cocaine addicts.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Several hours.
It makes
Yes,
them
for
hungrier.
several hours.
It helps them draw. Yeah. All right.
It
So
has
with
a
that,
nutty flavor to it.
there is a
Gross.
travel montage as you travel by carriage, boat, and train into a 4-platform train station covered by a large dome of glass with brick walls on either side of it, bustling with traffic in and out of this place. And you find yourself standing on platform 3 at the Ypres train station in Belgium. With about 2 days, with about a day and a half at this point to go.
I'm going to look at the train schedules for the next day. We know around what time. I want to know what trains are coming in and what trains are leaving around then.
There's a train coming in from Paris at 10:30, 2 days from now. And there is a train leaving for Strasbourg. I can't pronounce that correctly. Strasbourg. At 10:45. Strasbourg. Jawohl. Also, we say it like this even though it's in France. Actually, it's probably in Germany in 18... Whatever, it's fine.
Doesn't that
'Cause
mean street town?
It's called Strasbourg. It's a big city. It's important. It's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
But there's a train that leaves for Strasbourg at 10:45. You're not sure which platform you're supposed to be at? Strasbourg.
Well, we don't know if they're in this town hiding or if they're coming in on the train at the time. So we
do
shouldn't
not.
destroy the tracks until after maybe we've seen the package, because we don't want to destroy the tracks and then the train don't come this way because they telegram them that they can't. Do trains don't know that, do they?
Trains
I
don't know what.
how- If tracks blow up, there's no way to tell a train, hey, stop, slow down. There's no way to tell them back then. They all just die.
No. Actually, no. What happens is a lot of the trains they have spare wood, and there's usually like one of the engineers on board who has to help realign the rails.
Yep.
As that happens, that's why a lot of the old locomotives, they used to actually carry wood in the front of the unit for in the event of realigning rail.
Yep.
I know a lot about locomotives.
We're not trying to destroy a train track out in the middle of nowhere. We just want to stop it around the station so that it won't leave.
So are you telling me that I'm not allowed to start an earthquake?
I'm not telling you you're not allowed to do anything.
Maybe we just wait, though, until around the time and then cause the earthquake.
Right, because in the event that we need to use the earthquake as a means to cover our escape.
There will be a lot of people around as well. This will make
Right.
magic difficult.
Or maybe just go into a building. Just hop in the loo, cause an earthquake. You're good. Right? You don't need to be, loo's right over there. You don't need to be too to see it. Just cause it right over there.
I don't see what the problem would be with that.
Let's focus on the details later.
That's a hey, no, stop.
All right. So then we wait for this train to show up, right?
Reverend, you said you have quite the sight for detecting illusions, yes, and wards.
Yeah.
All right, I think I can arrange that if just so that we can minimize the risk of all of us being noticed. I can put a veil over you to look like someone else. Anyone else.
Why?
Because
Well,
they know who we are. They used us.
right, we can't run
Oh.
the risk that they know exactly what we look like.
Well, that makes sense. This is the only shirt I own. So,
Right.
right. All right, make me look like a homeless person.
I can do that.
But
It
they'll probably
won't
just see
take
through it.
much.
But at least that should make the Reverend less susceptible to being noticed so that he can see anything that would spark interest. And I can also...
Make me a handsome homeless person.
Let's not go that far.
Oh, well, yeah, hold on. You can make me handsome. It takes 2 seconds.
If I may, I could go ahead and I know a thing or two about changing features.
Are
Go
you
for it.
suggesting you're actually going to change his face?
No.
No, literally, she can change his face.
No. You get away from
Temporarily.
me.
No.
No, no, no. You
It's
get
flesh
away from me.
sculpting all over
Fucking
again.
right. You're not cutting my face off.
I'm not.
He's-
Listen, you. You carved up Miss Havish like a fucking Christmas goose. You're not touching my fucking face. You're
Expertly,
a good
might I add.
surgeon. Yeah, you're a good surgeon, but you're not cutting my face off for no fucking reason. Turn me into a homeless person.
I mean,
Handsome.
it's not.
I'm
like
not
this
saying
is-
that I'm gonna cut your face off. What I'm
It
saying
sounds like
is
you said
that
you were going to cut my face off.
I can change the color of your skin. I can change your gender, hair color, whatever you want. I can do it.
I don't want any of that. I just want him to make me like a different person. And then it's good. I don't want you to change my life, my body, the way it is. With this spooky nonsense. Well, you just want to experiment on someone. You just haven't used that power yet. You want to use it now on me. Because you think it will be fun. Fuck that.
All right.
The mole has the same sight I do. Change the mole's face.
I'm easy to disguise. You are very clearly.
What's the difference?
Take off the collar then.
Are you giving me permission?
No.
No, don't touch my face. I'll take the collar off. Yeah.
If you want to change what you look like, yes. I'm less of a public figure. I just put on a different hat.
All right.
Yes. Well.
Jekyll.
Oh, and I'll also connect our minds so that we can speak easier. And yes, I know I am going to regret a lot of these decisions. I'm fully well aware how taxing this is going to be.
Are you going to look into my head?
No, thank.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm not going to look inside your head, am I?
You don't want to.
I really don't want to. No.
It's ill-advised.
Yeah, I don't think you even remember everything that happened to you. I don't want to peek at it.
I'm sure in a few more days I will suffer the repercussions of that choice.
Yeah.
All right. So Throg, I'm gonna cast some creative thaumaturgy for you.
Yay! Let's do it.
Yeah, here we go, everybody. This is probably where Jekyll dies.
Oh God.
So you're gonna spend your life turning me into a homeless man. That's the hill you want to die on, huh?
Take
Could
off
be
the
worse.
collar.
Let's do it.
It could be worse. Well, we're definitely gonna have to do this away from the civilian masses. You know. So we're 2 days out. Is it 1 day or 2 days out? I'm sorry that before they arrive.
A day and a half at this point. You're in the afternoon.
Okay.
Then there's a whole day.
Oh, then
and
I don't
there's
have to
the
do it
morning.
now. I could do it before the day of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Okay, never mind.
So quickly, in this town, I'm going to see if there are any mage contacts to be had, any Mysterium resources to be brought to bear.
The closest place you know that there would be Mysterium folk would be in the city of Ghent, about 150 miles east of here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
So,
the big
no.
mage concilium in Belgium is in Antwerp.
Any silver ladder around, perchance?
It's going to be the same. Mages tend to congregate around bigger cities because it's easier to hide and they can keep their resources there. Brussels is also about 150 miles west of here, or east of here, and would be a place where there would be numerous silver ladder. It is also the capital of Belgium, which is, yeah.
All right. So, would I know about any other supernatural things in the area? Can I roll an occult?
You can make it a cult check.
Intelligence?
Yeah, intelligence occult.
Oh, I have to find the button beneath. Submit. 2 successes.
4 successes.
Nice. Between the two of you kind of talking out what you've heard, there is some Fey activity, you believe, in this area. But you've never interacted with the Fey before, as far as I think I'm aware from either of your backstories. But you know that there are rumors of Fey activity in this area.
Oh.
Cold iron?
Yes, I recall that is there.
Iron filings. Yes. Just I will find a way to get a whole bunch of iron filings.
Okay.
Are you suggesting we capture one?
No, I'm suggesting we might have to kill something.
Oh. I was contemplating about whether or not it's a good idea to
A fairy?
request the aid of one.
No.
Would we need to do some kind of roll to know exactly how much fuckery Fae actually cause in this realm?
Most.
You haven't really had an interaction with them before. So it would be hard to know. The rumors that everybody has heard is that you never make a promise to a Fae, you never accept a contract from a Fae, and that they are deeply tricksy and are not ever going to be there for your benefit, but for something they want.
Oh, so it sounds like a D&D there. Okay, cool.
So, in other words, Jackie, me, the player, wants to do this.
AKA, Fae fuckery is about to happen.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna do it though.
D&D took their design of the Fae pretty much from old school shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Where
sure.
it's like, ha 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 ha, come and dance with us forever.
Yeah.
Until you die.
Yeah.
unless you are 110% specific on what it is you want.
Yep.
Yep, and be prepared to still have that warped and twisted on you.
Yeah, they're not genies. They're different. Genies will have to do that. Fae are different. Fae will be like, no.
AKA.
What do you mean, no? Nope.
I forgot to tell you that you had to ask me with a sprig of mint in your mouth on a full moon, and you didn't do that.
Say that. Part.
You should have known that coming into this contractual. Yeah.
That's how they fucking
That's on you.
Yeah.
Also, if you take anything from this world, you're trapped here. I put those berries in your pocket. Isn't that fun?
Yeah. But funny enough, I just drew the devil card, which is only
right,
appropriate for the poor choices
Oh
we made.
no.
Are you? I'm sorry. Hold on. Is Jekyll in game talking about
You've-
making a deal with a Fey creature?
You've made choices in the last hour. You haven't made any choices in the last hour.
Would we expect much more
Jekyll's
from Jekyll at
considering
this point?
them.
All right. Look, I don't think the answer to this is bringing in some fantastical creatures.
Yes, let's let more outsiders know about this. Please, let's just
Yeah,
put it in the post.
Otherwise, it might want the stick, whatever it is.
If you want to let me cause an earthquake, what the hell do you think I would do to let you make a deal with Faye?
They do that. Also, we need to have a talk about your damage, Mister. I think me and Callie should take a look at you. You look like hammered shit.
Well, yes, this has been quite an ordeal, and
Can we use our medicine skills to like spend a day just
Trying to fix.
fixing Jekyll, like just trying to bandage
Normally,
it?
I would say no, but given the compressed timescale of this, I will say yes. If you want to spend all of tomorrow working on him, bandaging him, suturing things, making sure that his face is not going to half slide off, then yes, he would be able to heal a number of eggs equal to a certain amount of successes.
I think I would
So-
like to do that.
Yeah, would that be like what, medicine and intelligence?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you want to, like, give it a crank with some life magic, too, it probably wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
So what, would I just make like a regular, like a straight medicine and intelligence roll and then throw in life on top of it?
Yeah, add your life dice's bonus dice to it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you could click all 3.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I got
so
5 successes on mine.
2.
between the
What,
two of you,
doctor gets 2?
right?
Yeah, how did
Right.
I get? I only have 4 dice.
Oh,
to
you had an
spend.
exploding. You must have an exploding 10 in there.
I got
Yeah.
2 exploding
Yeah,
10s.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That's great. You're able to heal 2 more ag off of him. He will be permanently scarred on the left side of his face. But you're down 2 more ag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I only have 2 ags still. Ha ha ha.
Okay,
Jekyll.
I will spend the day they spend doing that, mapping out the train station.
Okay.
Okay.
You will have a perfect map of the train station. Entrances, exits, rail sidings, where the rail sheds are, all that sort of stuff.
Gotcha.
Say we wait for these people.
All right. So the morning of the day comes. How are you prepared? What is your plan on the day? Because right now
So-
I hear earthquake, and I'm like, that's part of a plan. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we don't
cast-
have one.
Yeah, my plans are cast telepathy on the group and make Reverend look like look like a homeless person using imposter,
Okay.
which are both creative thaumaturgies because I don't have them as roads.
And for now, just to speed things up, I'm gonna let this happen
Mhm.
because you have time. Right.
Okay.
You've got time
Yeah.
over space on this one, and so I think it's
Mhm.
fine to just say they happen.
Okay.
Can I make my gun a better weapon using perfecting the tools stuff? that
Yeah,
I
it'll
do?
give you 2 bonus dice.
Okay.
Now it's like a 44 Magnum.
Yeah.
Or the 38 to.
But assume you're
Alright.
each holding 2. Jekyll, you're holding 2 spells, and Mull, you're holding 1 spell as it starts.
hmm
Yes,
And-
but I will be holding a second one. Actually, as the train comes in, I'm
Mhm.
going to, or actually at the beginning of the day, I will start detect substance on myself. Wait, no. Do I cast that on me? I want it to last a day.
Okay.
So yeah, I will in that area as I'll get there around 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Cast it so it lasts the day on Orichalcum.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right. So, set up as you are, waiting for this train to come in at around 10:32 in the morning, the train from Paris comes in. A crowd of people walk off of it. It's a market day here in Ypres, and so folks are coming in from all around to help share in the weekly market day. You see folks starting to head off towards carriages, and there is a crush of people on the platform. But you do, with your orichalcum spidey senses, sense a ping of orichalcum within that crush of people. It's hard to get a spot on who exactly has it, but you know it's in there. Somebody in there has this thing for sure. What I will need from the rest of you is a perception test. What would that be?
A perception test is hold on.
In wits investigation. Wits investigation.
Wits investigation, yeah.
Yep.
Do you
Yep.
want one for me as well? Because I'm trained observer and I get a 9 again on those.
You get a 9 again on those, and I'm going to give you 2 extra bonus dice from the orichalcum spotter.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So wits plus intelligence.
Yep. Wits investigation. Yep.
Okay, wits investigation.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh, God damn it. I can never tell if I clicked it right.
Can I use my stanky wizard eyes to see through lies?
I'm assuming that is part of this right here. That's yeah.
Oh,
I have 4 successes.
Okay.
I have none.
Oh, I get 1 more die actually.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. Who knows?
maybe.
Or roll that die. So just roll a d10.
Yeah, just slash R1d10.
6.
Oh.
Okay.
A 6 is a success. That's 5
Oh.
successes. Right? 6
No,
plus?
it's not.
7
8.
plus? 8
It's
plus.
8.
8 plus. That's right. What
Different
am I
system.
talking about? Yeah.
Different
Wow.
I was about to hand you a cake and you gave it back.
Yeah, you're right. 8 plus. I don't know what I'm thinking. That's why I like the system, because it's an 80%. It's a 30% win chance per die. That's right. Okay. Anyways, sorry, brain stopped. With 4 successes plus your stanky wizard eyes specifically, you are the only one to catch that there are 3 people moving with a large duffel bag through the crunch. Look like they're heading towards a carriage that's waiting for them off the entrance to the building.
I want to trot my way.
Mole is
Over.
the only person who knows that.
I
Sorry.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
telepathically indicate that I see 3 people moving towards the carriage. That carriage. They have a bag that will have the staff in it, or the spear.
You want me to tackle them?
Stop the carriage? I don't know.
All right.
You're the expert on violence.
All right. Just run, I guess.
Okay.
Wait, they're getting into a carriage that's just in the middle of town?
Well, there's like carriages waiting for people at the entrance to the train station, right? And it looks like there's a carriage waiting for them that they're making a beeline towards.
Okay. Am I able to get to the carriage without them seeing me?
You would need to make in this case, you don't know which carriage is there till they get to it is a problem, right? Like it's not like there's a pointy quest sign over it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Then don't worry about it. I am going to say, Jekyll, get ready to turn off my homeless man.
All
And
right.
I am going to run over. I am going to pull out my cross, because these people have been doing untold amounts of evil deeds.
yes.
And I am going to, while holding my cross and using my like by throwing it out, I am going to use this is right, should be forces 3. I am going to use telekinetic strike to like them and like make them fall down and drop the. No shit! There's a bunch of people, isn't there?
There's you're around a crunch of people.
Yeah,
Let me
we're
let-
in the middle
Wait!
of-
No, this is perfect. This is perfect. Callie, earthquake.
And let me describe the scene here real quick for you. So you are standing on the brick platform just outside the railway station. It leads down to a series of 12 carriages waiting for people. Folks are starting to get on them from the recent train. The 3 people you see, one is an elderly gentleman wearing a black coat with a top hat, and as you look at his hand, it's missing one finger. Another one is kind of a middle-aged woman wearing a green dress who's got some streaks of gray through her hair. And the other one is a younger looking guy who's dressed in Argyle top and Argyle? No? Okay. And okay.
Yeah.
And
I know what it
black
is.
pants.
I know what it is, but I'm just like, okay.
That's a bold
Each of
choice.
them-
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Each of them are carrying a similar looking duffel bag.
Of course they are.
Yeah, because of course. Yeah, if I'm getting the okay to do earthquake as far as shaping goes, then I want to use shaping and spend the reach, and possibly go ahead and spend some mana or willpower to go ahead and negate.
Mana will negate paradox. Willpower will give you extra dice.
Okay, so in that instance, I want to go ahead and spend. Yeah, if I'm getting the okay to do the thing, I want to do the thing.
Do the thing,
Yeah,
Thing.
because then it makes sense
it
when
does.
people are running away and then people are falling down.
Scare the horses.
Yeah.
Do you want me to scare the horses, or do you want
Make
me
an
to go
earthquake,
ahead and-
earthquake.
Earthquake to scare
Earthquake.
the horses.
Earthquake. Last episode, earthquake.
And they're stepping on as you're having this conversation to the carriage.
Oh, they're in one specific carriage?
Yeah, you now know what carriage they're in because as you've been talking, they walked to the carriage and started getting in it.
I didn't know. Okay. Then I'm going to degrade the piece that keeps the carriage connected to the horse.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
it's
I'm
two
gonna
horses,
break
but
the horses' bridles.
okay.
With what is it? Negato
Domo arigato, Mr. Nogato.
It has a weird name. Shaping, lodestone.
Domo.
I mean, see, if they're getting on a carriage, the logical thing would be to do decay on the thing that connects the horses.
Wait, very quickly. Do we want to follow them? Somewhere less crowded?
That works as well.
Sure.
Yes or no? How do we do it? Very quickly.
I
Yeah.
suppose we could
Can
do
we
something
lure
with
them
another
somewhere
carriage.
private? Can we?
No,
lure
we
them
can't.
somewhere-
All right.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to state change. No, that's very obvious. Okay. Yeah.
They're
Creative
starting
thaumaturgy.
5. Okay, I was about to
On
do the
the barrel.
countdown because we're about to go away. Okay.
Yeah.
So creative thaumaturgy on the
just-
bridle. So
I'm just going to degrade the pieces holding the horses to the cart.
Yes. So range is now the problem. Because you are not as close to them as you're not in touching range. Like
Yeah.
Reverend is. So I'm looking at range, duration, scale. So I'm gonna say you're gonna need to advanced 2 raises, and you're doing it in 1 turn, so 4 total raises.
Okay, I have. So you get 1 for free. This is not a rote, so I don't get any extras. So I need 3 paradox, huh?
Yep.
Ooh.
And there's other people around, so I get 4, huh?
Yep.
I'm gonna
Oof.
spend 2 mana
Making
Oof.
it 2. Okay.
and do it.
Okay. You got away with it. Make your roll.
All right, matter, gnosis, not intelligence. I need to unclick some stuff. Sorry. Gnosis, come on. There we go. One success. Oh, 9 again is selected, but only 1 success. So it didn't matter that I.
Yeah, it
clicked the
didn't
one.
matter that. It's fine. You got
Yeah.
1 success. Even if you rolled a 9 and it rolled again, you got 1 success. It's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, you are able to degrade it. There's not a lot of power to it, so they do start taking off before it breaks, but it will break. It's just going to be about half a block down. As they start taking off, there's a snap, and the horses like both whinny and go forward another 5 steps before stopping and looking back. And you see the older gentleman with the black top hat lean out of the carriage and then lean back in quickly. And then the carriage starts to take off on its own.
I'm going to isolate the carriage.
Okay.
Okay.
I really should take this as a rote. Let's see. That is space, gnosis, and I will spend.
Control its velocity.
I will spend a willpower to add 3 dice.
No. Kevin's playing right now. It's fine. I'm just giving you shit. I love you. I'm just
I know.
giving you... Okay.
I'm making split-second decisions.
Okay.
Yep.
Do it up.
3 dice. 1 success. So it has to use willpower to move.
Yeah, he'll have
Well,
to
I'm
use
gonna-
willpower to continue
Yes.
moving it.
Hold on. Let me see what I would do this. I could do it on the entire carriage if I make it a area effect, which would cause me a reach.
Yes.
I get 1 reach for free, and I'd need 2 more reaches actually.
Okay. You'd actually need 3.
3 more. Okay, then paradox them all.
Ooh. You come out of it clean. You're lucking out.
Jesus, I am.
Wow.
So they have to
Check.
spend
Are-
willpower
are-
to
So
move.
lucky.
Yeah.
You hear you feel Jekyll in your in the telepathy just go, I wish I had that.
You do.
You see the carriage move about another 30 feet before it stops. And then...
I,
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I want to run up and get in the carriage.
So as you run up and get in the carriage, what's your defense?
So my defense
5
is
was
5.
5.
Okay, just checking.
All right. So my game plan here is to literally just run in. It's not by any chance storming today, is it?
It is not raining yet today.
Okay.
However, go ahead.
I want to simply jump into the carriage. Now my prime is 4. I want to jump into the carriage, and as soon as I jump into the carriage,
Mhm.
I have the cross out, and I want to cause a Seraph wind. Literally, just jump in and go, wah! And just boom, like cause a etheric wind, which causes a tilt for environment, which causes it to be an extremely windy environment, which will probably cause the people to start going inside and going away, which is another thing, because I have a feeling we're about to have a bit of a tussle, a mage tussle in here. And it does a bunch of other stuff. Goddamn thing. So mage calls forth blah, blah, blah,
Yeah, go ahead,
blah.
make the roll.
This is an attack spell inflicting damage equal to its potency.
But is there an option to take away mana as well? I forget.
Yes, I can also take away mana. +1 reach, the winds of this spell stick around. Plus another reach, or just +1 reach, in lieu of damage, the mage may assign casting, creating heavy wind environment in the vicinity, or in lieu of damage, they may assign the potency to instead destroy the target's mana. 1 level of potency to assign destroys 1 point of mana. I would rather at this point cause a bunch of wind shit, because I feel like that would help us more.
Okay.
Right.
I only got 1 success. Dang.
Okay, well, I mean, 1 success is enough to be successful. That's all you ever need when you cast. So,
Okay, cool.
now let me narrate this whole thing as it happens, because you were very excited to jump in that cart and get in there. I'm imagining whatever I said beforehand wasn't going to stop you. So.
Well, yeah, we only have like a couple minutes, so I wanted to jump in and
No,
punch his mate.
it's cool. Well, we're like I said, we'll go until we finish. Unless you guys need to stop at 11:30, we will go until we finish.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. So, as you're running up to it, you are overcome by this smell of death, of rotting corpse, of mud, of gunpowder, and you see wisps of smoke coming out of the carriage itself, and every once in a while it shudders a little bit. You swear to God you heard a gunshot in there, and then a lot of gunshots really quickly, muffled in kind of far away, and then this crump. And as you jump in through the door, you suddenly find yourself in a hellscape. The world around you has been flattened and destroyed. Craters reach off in every direction full of mud and water, and as you look down, you realize you're falling into this trench. Mud walls on either side, wooden clapboard below it, just water up to the wood itself, and in some places higher, an arm with sort of a grayish green coat sticking out of the mud as if a body has been buried in it. And as you slap into the mud, you at the same time cast as this windstorm picks up and throws these soldiers wearing these strange looking uniforms off in every direction from you. And you look up and you can still see out the door of the carriage about 8 feet above you. What? And then there's an explosion. And then another. And then another. And as you bring yourself up and look over the parapet of the trench, 3 people dressed in the same outfits are running across this hellscape where there's barbed wire tangled and wood posts sticking out. What could have been trees over there have been completely destroyed and are just stumps, bodies laying in shell holes, and you find yourself in the middle of a war zone.
What the fuck? And that's the window? It's still open?
Yeah, it's about 10 feet above you.
What's near me?
There are some soldiers knocked out either way down the trench from you, as another explosion goes off about 30 feet behind you. Big one, too.
Ooh.
I don't think I can get up there. I don't have any moves that like make me jump high.
No, I want to know what everyone else does as you see him jump in. Mole, Collie, Jekyll.
Okay.
Oh, in that order?
Whoever. Somebody tell me what
Go.
you're doing.
Someone else go.
Reverend, what's going on in there?
Can I still hear them?
Nope.
Well, we
Does
got
the
that.
telepathy work through? As a
Oh,
Not-
other
not-
creature?
not through
does
time.
not work.
Nope.
Oh.
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 Reverend, does anyone want to go check on him?
We have to get in. We have to find out what's happening.
Oh boy.
I don't think
Here
that
we
we
go.
can just sit there, so we should probably
Nope.
just go ahead and try to chase after this thing.
Yeah, especially once there's no response.
Okay.
Yeah, that would
Jekyll's
be the
going
big
in.
thing.
Okay.
Or at least
as,
peek in first and look and see what's going on.
as you look through, there is a portal in the floor leading directly down, and you see Reverend looking confused up at the hole. And Reverend, you see Jekyll looking through into that same scene.
Reverend, what's going on down there?
It's a war zone.
Did
Where are
they?
the mages?
You saw
Oh,
them. They're
that's
running off across that hellscape in front of you.
Oh, I thought it was soldiers.
No,
I
it
thought
was
it was-
the three of them running across
God,
that.
Oh,
please
fuck
don't.
that. I'm
Oh.
going.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't give a shit where I am. I'm going after him. I'm going after him. I hit my table. I fucking get my cross and I go.
oh,
Okay.
jeez. Right. It looks like Jekyll. Looks like Reverend is following them.
I'm going, and I will
Alright.
use. I will drop the bonus on the gun and use Ground Eater,
Okay.
which is I should change up my shit. I'm gonna have all new roads next time I get to spend XP.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
no. When we've been playing this, I've bought a few roads. Got the
Space Gnosis. I'm gonna spend a willpower because I need this to work. Reaches. I don't think I need any, to be honest. Instant. One for instant.
One for
Mhm.
instant.
It's on myself. I want
Yep.
it to last advanced. I want it to last an hour. Or
Okay. Yep. So
So-
it's 2 reaches.
2 reaches.
Yep.
I will spend no mana on. I'll spend 1 mana. Yeah. And
Okay.
I'll take the. And can I use my yantras? Just a one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. One success is enough.
Mhm.
You drop through, and being able to look where you're going, you're able to actually land up on the parapet next to Reverend as he's starting to run off. Kali, what are you doing?
Kali is she is straight up just ready to run up to this thing. She's good to go. Gotten some stuff ready. She's running up to this hole and if possible just jumping right the fuck in.
You were able to jump right the fuck in. And once
right.
again, being able to see where the parapet is as opposed to leaping headfirst and casting magic, you're able to land on the parapet, and as you see Mole and Reverend starting to head off towards those mages. Jekyll.
I will also follow behind Kali, and I will try to stick my landing.
You stick your landing.
Yep, and I go and I give chase.
All right, so the four of you, you are now in the middle of World War I trenches. You are leaving the German trenches and running across a cratered moonscape of mud and destruction towards...
Mud, you say?
Yes, towards the British trenches. Not that you know that it's the British trenches over there. You don't know where they're running. But towards some line off in the distance that looks like there's another similar construction, although less well built than the one you were just in. And those 3 mages are heading off that way. I need each of you to roll me a d10.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Lots of bullets.
Okay.
Yep. Lots of bullets. Oof. 7.
Oh, that's bad.
I got a
Okay.
7.
Take
Um,
2 lethal as a bullet slams into your shoulder as you're running across this no man's land. And you realize, each of you, not having ever been in a situation like this before, that the air is actively filled with lead. that there's constantly shots being fired across this, and that you are now in the middle of it. You're something just grazed you. As you run across and it slams into your shoulder. It wasn't really a graze; it did 2 lethal. You're still up, but an explosion heads off over there, and it seems like they're shooting some sort of huge cannons as well. This is not a safe place to be. How do you cross the distance between yourselves and the other mages?
Okay, I have. Now I'm not sure how this spell totally works, but from what I'm reading, I have turn momentum. You can use it as a reflective action. Da 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 da. It usually is used. It says as a shield against projectiles.
Yeah.
Now, is that only a one-time thing, or could I essentially sustain it and run with my cross out in front, with them behind me, and basically make bullets go like wang 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 wang?
You
wang,
absolutely
like,
could do that. That is, in
I
fact,
want to
yes.
fucking do that.
You could make an
because
area of
that's-
effect, yeah,
Yes.
and have it be centered on your cross, and essentially create a lead umbrella.
Yes.
Nice.
I want a let 'em. I just get behind me and just and keep running with the cross kind of like in front of me.
Okay, make
I
a
don't
roll.
give a shit about my gnosis or whatever. My all right, what do I need to roll?
So
it's
this
not, it's not a rote. It's just one of the things that I can do.
and it's a forces thing, so it's forces and gnosis. You are increasing the area of effect. That's going to be 1 paradox. You're doing it in front of witnesses. That's 2 paradox. You are increasing the duration probably to what, a scene, just to be safe. That's 3
Yeah.
paradox dice. You 4 paradox dice because you have to advance it. So you can spend mana to burn off some of that paradox if you want.
Sure.
How much mana do you have left?
I have spent 3.
So how much did you start with?
I don't know. Did we start with the full
Roll a
the
D10.
full roster? Okay.
If you,
You
don't
really
know, we're
haven't
gonna
been spending mana at all.
yeah,
Yeah,
roll a
you haven't
D10.
spent
That'll
your mana
determine
at all.
how he has spent mana. Roll a D10. Okay, so 8
Yeah.
minus. So you've spent 3,
5
so you have
mana.
5 mana right now. You can spend up to 3 a round.
I'll spend a mana.
Okay, so I'll be rolling 3 paradox dice.
Okay. And do I roll with any modifiers because of all these crazy dice?
I got 1 success.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, that's not a thing.
Do I roll with any modifiers for my?
You'll get a you're using your cross, so you'll get a +1.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, you. There we go.
2
Two
successes is enough. Okay, sweet. So you are able to create it. The problem is every time you get hit, it slows your momentum a little bit. That's the paradox effect.
Are they just running across? Are they getting shot at all? How
They're
they
like
doing?
ducking and dodging and like moving around. They're
Good.
taking their
Okay,
time
cool.
as well, but this
Cool,
is slowing
cool.
you down. It's going to take you longer to catch up to them. How is everyone else helping in the chase to catch up?
I'm going to turn the ground into mud beneath them.
Okay.
I'm going to drown them.
Fun fact: that happened a lot in World War One.
It did.
Mhm.
Yep,
It did.
people drowned in that fucking mud.
As someone
Yeah.
known as the mole, does my shadow?
Yeah.
So do I get 2 yantras for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
Nice.
This is fucking epic. What
All
the
right.
fuck?
State change. This is a rote for me, so I get 3 bonus dice.
Yes.
Oh no, I only have Gnosis 2 anyway. So.
Okay.
2 successes.
So one of them attempts to counterspell you, of course, because they know you're after them now.
Yes.
And we'll roll 3, 4.
Counterspelling is a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I will allow you to do, I'm giving the tiebreaker to the players tonight, is what's going to happen. We're not going to make that. We'll just say players get the tiebreaker, and that it doesn't take great successes because it's more cinematically appropriate, I think. You're going to start slowing them down, and so now they're like dodging, and they're starting to like having to crawl through the mud as they go too. And so, Kali and Jekyll, what are you doing?
Well, while we've been doing all this, I went ahead and spent an experience. Can I, if I do ghost summons, can I just like as my command just straight up just like attack them?
Yeah, absolutely. You would have to give
Attack.
them a single target, but you could summon a ghost and it could attack that person.
There's probably a lot of ghosts here.
Oh, there's plenty.
A lot of pissed off ghosts.
I mean, but we would see the people that were going after. So Kali's just like, as she's running, gripping her shoulder for a second when she gets shot, she's just gonna keep on going, cut her finger open, draw a little, rune on her hand, summon a ghost, point at one of the people that we're after, and just attack.
Okay. So go ahead and make your summon ghost roll.
Holy shit. We're summoning ghosts.
Yes.
Deflecting bullets.
Yes.
Playing in mud. This is awesome.
So that's going to be Death and Gnosis, and the focus. No additional modifiers, correct?
You could use, plus 2 dice for tools.
Okay.
One success is all you need. So you see a spirit kind of with mud dripping off of it as it comes up out of the ground. And as the mud falls away, it's this ephemeral spirit of a ghost in a strange looking uniform with this kind of round rimmed domed helmet that starts to go up and assail one of the three of them. It's the younger of the three, the younger man. And he looks terrified. Jekyll, what are you doing?
Okay. So with that, so I see the mages in front of us. Do I see anybody shooting at us is the question.
Yeah, yes. I mean,
I see soldiers.
Both sides are like, who the fuck are they? Shoot at that. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
You see this actually off in the distance? You see this strange round weapon on a tripod starting to like swivel in your direction. It's like a round tube. Yeah.
Even better. Then I'll
You have no idea what it is, having never seen anything like that before.
No, I have not. But I assume it's dangerous and painful.
Those are fair assumptions, yes.
In that case, I will try to. If I see, do I see the soldiers managing the weapon?
Yeah, there are 3 of them on it.
Okay, that's all I need. I just need the one who's directing the. I only need to target the one that's directing the object of possible death and destruction in our faces. So I am going to do psychic domination.
Okay.
And I am going to try to compel him to aim for the mages, not us.
Okay, I love it. That's great. That's perfect.
So I know distance is a thing, so it's going to be probably advanced.
It's going to be advanced. It's going to be an extra raise on top of that advance. It's going to be instant. It's going to be area effect you don't need to worry about. Yes, so it's going to be 4 raises.
4 raises. I will spend 2 mana to reduce the paradox down, and because this is a creative thaumaturgy for me. So
you get away clean.
Oh, sweet. Wow, that's a rarity for me these days.
I know.
Oh man, that's such a rarity. All right, so Gnosis plus Mind, and that'll probably be it. Because I'm not. I don't
Any
think...
tools or anything?
You know what? If I'm going to use anything, it would probably be, I will probably pull out the 6 of Wands to try and be the spirit of victory for us. So that'll be
awesome.
Be a +1.
I'm gonna make it +2.
Oh, okay. Okay, and here we go, everybody. 2 successes.
Heroic Mage.
Hooray! That was just your mind. You didn't roll your Gnosis.
Yeah, you didn't roll your Gnosis on that.
Oh wow,
it's all good.
Roll your
I'll just
Gnosis.
roll the other 3.
Yeah, it
I'll
could
roll
matter.
My 3 Gnosis.
Yeah.
Crush it.
Crush it, brah.
I somehow didn't.
So 2 more
8.
successes and roll that 10 again.
Yep.
So up to 4 successes.
Oh my god!
5 successes. Okay. Well, I will let the dice play as they may. You see the machine gun swivel over to the three of them and just light them up. They were not
Oh,
expecting to be
Swiss cheese.
attacked by 100 rounds a minute of lead, and the three of them, and they're just, how long do you want it to happen?
Until they're down.
I mean,
Yes.
it takes a few seconds, but you will have murdered them with that machine gun.
All right.
Three
Fuck
bodies
yeah.
lay in the mud, off in the distance, about 100 yards away, 50 yards from the other lines of soldiers.
I keep going.
Roll
Davis.
a d10. Yes,
Oh,
up.
sorry.
Yes, up.
Grab me one of those duffels, the heaviest if you can.
Yes, up.
Stop
he's
talking
just-
to yourself, Mo. This is serious.
Not now, Reverend.
You see an ephemeral spirit moving beside you, Reverend. That maybe looks like a miner or something. Just FYI.
You mean an illusion? That
An
Mo has
illusion,
made.
yes, an illusion. A
I
hard light
see an
illusion.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fire and Ice
yeah.
Cosplays, for the follow.
Thank you.
So,
Even
everybody
though
roll me a
Reverend's had
d10.
Tired conversations. A
Oh.
D10.
A d10.
A D10. All right.
A D10.
Oh, come on.
I have a specific number for
7.
everyone in terms
Oh.
of if something horrible happens. So, Death by Mage.
Uh-huh.
Can you make a Dex Athletics check for me?
I certainly can. I certainly can. Dex and athletics. No modifiers?
No modifiers.
Okay.
And now that we've uncovered
Oh!
two of them, the first one is 1s are bullets, 8s are mines, and
Ooh.
10s are artillery
Ooh.
shells. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Oh,
Jekyll steps directly onto a mine, and it
Ooh.
explodes.
Oh.
Reflexively use a shield.
That's what the Dex Athletics was for, to see if he could react beforehand, but he rolled 0 successes.
Yeah.
It is not a thing you are A,
Yeah.
familiar with, or B, expecting.
Nope.
Okay.
I wouldn't know about mines.
Nope.
This is gonna hurt.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that. Oop, that's not the place to do that. That should be done here. I'm so sorry if this happens the way I think it's. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
You mean-
ow.
You mean a landmine hurting him a lot? Yeah, that's probably.
That's a lot.
Oh, that's bad.
Is that like 5?
That's
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1,
6.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Ow.
Plus, what, 2 reroll? Yeah, no. So, yeah, 6 successes.
I'm so
Ow.
sorry.
Is there anything that my area of effect does to?
You were blocking bullets with it. You didn't think about mines. Why would you have thought about a thing you didn't
No,
really
we didn't even know
right?
those exist.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Like,
I find it appropriate that right before our break, I literally drew
Yeah.
the death card, and I had
Oh.
a sinking
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah, I mean, if it had to be somebody,
Yeah.
Jekyll,
I'm okay with
it.
is there anything that happens that is movie cool, like you look at someone beforehand or you say something before you step on this mine?
So Jekyll is going to, as soon as I think he hears the click, and he has a sinking feeling that something awful is about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Click.
there is that flashback of his the summer home estate that he grew up spending in Wales, and where he was alone in the room full of mirrors, and all he could do was just sit there and stare at his reflection for days on end, and only be attended by the housekeeper of that house. And then flashing forward to having a conversation with his father, where he has been accepted to medical school, where his father is berating him constantly the whole time, and you don't see the image of the father. You only see the back of a chair or something like that, and then you see that moment, that first time when Hyde was when Jekyll met Hyde, and that was when he awoke, and you just see Hyde with a smile and a grin.
Okay. Where does 7 lethal put you?
Oh, lethal?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was aggravated. Okay, never mind.
No. It would have to be mystical damage. The only thing that does aggravated is mystical damage.
Oh, okay. If it's only lethal, only one of them converts into ag because after that it fills up.
Yeah.
So, in that case, I thought I was dead. So it converts all. So one of them does convert into aggravated. So
Mhm.
I am full. I am my health box is full again of aggravated and lethal. Hooray!
There is this horrible explosion, and you see Jekyll fly 50 feet off to the side as his legs just get ripped apart. He cartwheels through the air and splashes in the mud, unmoving.
Fuck!
Could I possibly turn around and try to heal him?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely.
Then that's what I'm gonna freaking do.
Okay. Reverend and Mole, as you move to go heal, 2 people are running after the bag itself, right?
I have Longstrider still active.
Yeah.
Or not Longstrider. Ground Eater.
Yeah.
So I am moving unnaturally fast, and
Yes.
Davis is getting another bag.
Okay.
Mo, there's something under the ground. Right? Did we know that it fucking exploded?
I mean, he stepped on something and there was a big boom, so either an artillery shell hit exactly where he was, or he stepped on something and exploded.
Either way, get out.
Would Pierce Deception be able to see through that?
No, because it's not a deception. Yeah, it's not
it's just
technically.
buried.
It's not that kind of. Yeah, it's just buried.
Yeah.
They're not lying about its location. They're just not showing you what it is. Yeah.
Mo, there are bombs under the fucking ground. Is there anything you could do about that?
Give me a moment.
Use your fucking mud magic.
I prioritize the bag.
Yeah, for
fair.
reals. Yeah.
I mean,
Kali.
I'm still moving forward, but I'm just like.
So Molin, Reverend, and Ghost, as the 3 of you make it to the bags, Kali, you make it to Jekyll.
Yes, and I am going to go ahead and 1 moment, please. I want to cast Knit. I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
If you can find my leg, that would be appreciated.
One of his
We'll
legs is
worry
just
about that
gone.
later. We'll worry about that later. The
You ain't getting those back.
yeah.
The one that stepped on the mine,
My
it's
leg.
off right above the knee.
Yep.
Yeah. So, well, if it's off right above the knee, is it? Can I roll a medicine check to see if the wound's like cauterized and not bleeding, so he's not going to bleed out?
He will bleed out if someone doesn't help him soon.
There's shrapnel in there. It's not like it's not like there's heat. There was not enough heat to cauterize those wounds. Usually those mines, it's just gunpowder and shrapnel.
Yeah.
Okay, so then step 1 in that instance, I want to go ahead and I guess it would be a medicine intelligence.
Sure.
So basically, because she usually wears a suit, take off her belt, tie it around, stop the bleeding.
Okay.
I'll make a tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't even make
That'll
you
be
make a roll for that. You're a doctor. You know how to make a tourniquet. There's no reason to risk the vagaries of dice on you wrapping something around someone's leg. So you as an expert are able to accomplish that task easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, step 1.
Step 2 is heals.
Yeah, step 2 is heals. So would I just go ahead and roll for knit or?
Yeah, you would roll for knit. And it's going to be instant. So, but it's a rote for you, right?
It is now.
Okay, so then we don't care about your raises unless you go over 4. So you should be fine.
With that being, let's see. I think I have to actually spend a reach.
Or reaches,
For potency?
Yeah, well, it's 1 reach for lethal damage per potency instead of 2 bashing.
Okay, so you started a potency equal to the level of your your rings. Wow, Legend of the 5 Rings in my brain. You started a potency equal to the level of your Arcanum.
Yes.
And then any additional potency on top of that is based on either you take reaches for this potency. Yeah. And reaches would incur additional paradox.
Okay, so I would need to go ahead and spend a reach, but I can use a mana to wisdom to negate.
Mana to negate.
Mana
the paradox. Yep.
So then I'm gonna go ahead and spend a mana to negate that.
Spin the banana.
A banana.
Eat a banana.
And that's no modifiers.
Yes. Will be +3 because it's a rote.
Oh, +3. Okay, well.
Which got you an extra success, so you'll heal 2 lethals.
Cool.
Which stabilizes him. You're still not the fuck out, by the way. Like, the concussion alone knocked you out. But you are now stable and are not going to bleed out. You are missing a leg. Half of your face is fried off, but that one was your own choice. Yeah. But it looks like I didn't kill Death by Mage, and that makes me kind of sad.
He didn't die during Mage.
Damn it.
Yeah, I didn't give Death by
Yet.
Mage to Death by Mage. Yeah.
Darn it.
Yeah.
That was so close.
I know. Okay. So Mole.
Mm-hmm.
Today.
I pull out my gun.
Mole's Ghost, and Reverend, you make it to the 3 bags. And you see the machine gun now swiveling over to the 2 of you and your ghost.
I want to point my cross like at that, holding this spell, just like, and getting the bags, like trying to pick up one of the bags and put it on my shoulder, and just
Okay.
like.
Matter 3,
Mhm.
Aegis. I can give ballistic armor, and I can I can spend a reach to make it immune to armor piercing.
Nice. Okay.
So this is going to be me and the Reverend. So instant and a reach.
Yep.
If I do another reach, can I get Callie and Jekyll?
I would rather you do that through making it advanced. So instead of it being you and
Okay.
Reverend, Callie, and Jekyll, it is the 5 of you for 1. Right?
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
That is the more efficient way to do it.
Yeah. So I'll do
Yep.
that at 2, and I'll do another reach to become immune to armor piercing.
Okay.
Awesome.
For each level of potency, I get to choose one of the following: up ballistic armor, up general armor, or raise or lower defense. I think the ballistic armor is what we want, right?
All right. So you're at 4
Yeah.
reach. Yep.
I'm at 4 reach. I get 1 free because it's a spell.
/R3d10. 1 success. Okay. Go ahead and make your roll.
All right.
I don't know if my spell can handle a fucking chain gun. That's a different story, bro. Like,
I'm hoping that a lot of bullets will be weaker.
I'm going to turn
Normally
the
it's-
bullets into butter.
Yeah, I'm not at that. Actually, I could do that, but that's a lot.
they're
of stuff.
coming. They're coming too fast, man. There's too many of them. Like maybe
matter-
And unfortunately, I'm unconscious, so I can't dominate them again to stop firing at us.
All right, and I've got one.
Is it
yantra.
raining?
It is.
I would also
No
like,
successes.
I would
No
also like to
successes.
use a move, please, to save
Yes.
us from this chain gun. If it's raining and that means
Oh,
that there's a storm,
Oh, yes.
and that means that there's a storm out.
Yep.
I would like to use what I now have as. Oh, it's not. It's just a rote. But I would like to use Call Lightning and
Yes.
bring a fucking lightning down onto the people, the 3 men on the chain gun. Which I don't know if you've ever seen lightning strike the ground, but it's fucking horrifying,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah, do
causes
it.
like damage.
You make it happen.
So, I would. Okay. all
It's
right.
also a giant piece of metal.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
just
is
had
also a
a-
giant piece of metal.
I just
That's
had
stationary.
that happen in real life the other day, like not even a few hundred feet from the hotel I'm at. So whatever.
The tree right outside my room actually got hit by lightning directly and killed it instantly.
So I'm gonna use my cross and like and slam it into the ground.
Yeah.
So I'm using my cross to get that +1Z.
+1Z.
3 successes.
Is this
All
a
right.
praxis for you or no?
No, it's
Okay.
just a rote.
That's all right.
making
Lightning
sure.
strikes it, and you see the 3 guys fly back as the machine gun just falls to pieces. And you don't know if they're dead or not, but they're certainly out of the fight. The big question now, you have the 3 bags. How the hell do you get out of here?
We need to get back to that door.
That door's not going to be there, is it?
I don't fucking know. I'm not a time wizard. Let's get back to the fucking door. Wait, can I see the door from here?
No.
With our mage sight?
Yes. Yes, it's still there, but it seems that the magic is starting to fade as the person who cast it is dead.
I have no
God.
answer for
And
this.
I think Agneson was our strongest as far as time magic goes.
No.
I'm dead. Well, I'm unconscious. I can't say anything.
We're
Wait,
just gonna carry you on our backs.
No, we go to England.
what?
We live here now.
Are you
Oh.
saying that
Oh, I love time travel.
Give me a
Are you
better
saying
option.
that we live in this time? My whole practice.
Let's
there
get
are
to
people
safety
like-
first and we can worry about that later. Do you know
Fine.
how to jump 10 feet in the sky? I can build stairs. Hold on.
He's so mad. I am still leading us with the bags.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get to
This is the best.
to Kali and DBM.
I
while
will give
Grumpy.
I will give Reverend one of the bags and tell Davis to join him.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Or Davis, carry 2 of these bags. Reverend, pick up.
I got it.
Pick him up. And I'm going to summon a set of stairs climbing 10 feet into the sky.
Yes.
I'm going to use
Out of mud?
shaping. I'm going to incur a ton of paradox.
Yes.
And
Fuck these soldiers.
we'll see what happens.
Let him
Okay.
eat the paradox. Fuck him.
Actually, I'm going to put up walls around. Well, if I'm doing it big enough,
That's also gonna That's also gonna incur them.
I'm
mean,
going to
it's
put
the
up some walls
finale.
around us.
Big mud walls.
Chapter?
That'll slow the bullets down.
It'll help.
If you
Okay, so
harden
this
them.
is matter. I am trained in shaping is my praxis.
Yes.
So I count as 5. I get 2 free reaches, 3
Yeah.
free reaches. I've got 3 free reaches. So I need it at a distance, instantly,
A lot of it.
a lot of it,
Yeah.
and just so much of it.
I would
And
call
then
it 3
I
reaches
ask-
on scale. Oh no, I would call it.
Mm,
Yeah, I would call it 4 reaches on scale.
Could I assist
That's a
him
lot of
in that?
paradox.
Since-
it is a rote, so I count as being with 5, so I get 2 of them.
Okay.
And then it's
So we're
at
up to-
second level, so that's 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
And
sounds to
leaving
me like
one-
you're at 5 reach, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
How
will
does-
take 2 paradox to make this work as well as I can,
3 because
and I will burn a
witnesses.
willpower.
Out of curiosity, is
Okay.
there any way I could help since shaping is a rote?
Yes, you can combine and it would give him extra dice.
That's
You
yeah.
both
if
kind
that's
of
the
shape
case,
together?
I'll,
Yeah.
Yeah. Toss.
Ah. Well, so while you're doing that, I'll have the 2 bags wrapped around my back, and I'm just holding Jekyll and holding the fucking cross out. Just
How many extra dice do I get?
You'll get what is your how many dots in matter do you have, Kali?
2.
2 extra dice.
All right, so I get 6 extra dice on this because
Okay.
I'm spending a willpower
Go.
for 3.
Mhm.
All right. 1 success.
It doesn't matter. That's all you need, right? Like, yeah.
Better
what
than
this-
0.
That's yeah.
Yes.
It's definitely better than 0. The
I
two
just
of
want to
you
point out that much dice. that
Right.
much dice.
for
That
1
is
success.
great.
Yeah. The 2 of you begin shaping this ramp up to the hole as you see it. This hole into your timeline getting smaller and smaller. You are who's carrying Jekyll? Okay.
I'm carrying Jekyll and the 3 bags wrapped
No,
around.
you've got 1 bag.
The ghost has
one
the
bag.
other 2.
Davis got
yeah.
2.
Davis has 2.
1 bag, Jekyll over my shoulder, cross in hand. Just
Yeah. All right.
And
so we're gonna go
I
into
tell Davis,
yes.
get through that hole no matter what happens.
Yes, sir. This ramp begins to shape up through the mud itself. Shell casings and fragments and trees fall out of it. Bodies. You see an arm reaching out here, the skeleton of a person in this mud brown uniform, helmets and weapons sticking out of it as it reaches up into the sky. You are in a world of death. And as you climb up this thing on the bones of hundreds of people and make your way through the portal back into your timeline. You each pour out, falling onto the ground outside the carriage, grasping for air. You're going to take some lethals from the paradox. That's what I'm going to have happen, Mole, but it's not going to matter
I'm
because this
going
is
to
the end.
eat it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the camera begins to zoom out from the five of you, laying on the cobblestones of Ypres, in a world yet to see the destruction of the Great War. In a world now safe for the child that you saved. In a world that one day will be forever changed. But maybe there's some hope because of the actions of the Wardens of Whitechapel. End.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
I think we need one more scene, and it's the spear. We need to see the spear.
The spear is in there. The spear's in there.
But yeah,
Spear's
I opened
there.
the
That's
bag.
what. That's
You open
what
the bag and you
season
see the
2
spear. Yeah, that's season 2.
season 2,
You
that's
have
what we
successfully
open.
gotten the spear. The spear is there. The loop is closed.
We open the
Yeah.
bag as the scene ends, and it's just
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
The
Yeah.
scene ends. It cuts back. Oh, thank fucking God! Holy shit! Could you imagine?
Yeah. So
Oh, man.
how did you all like that?
That was
Oh,
great.
that was fun.
That honestly, that was my favorite episode.
The
That
minute
was-
you started
Yeah.
describing the battlefield, I went, "It's World War One." Oh god,
Yeah.
here we go. I'm gonna die.
I told someone that
But-
this.
but
Oh, go ahead.
Nobody died. It's great.
A couple of you came that close a couple of times. I wasn't trying to not kill you, but I wasn't actively attempting to kill you other than you being in that world either. I wasn't going to be like, ha ha ha, you will all die. So I had no notes for any of this, and the reason I asked how it went is because I was worried because I just kind of made it up as it went.
I gotta say, this is my favorite episode. This is my
Yeah.
favorite session
Mhm.
that we did. This was
Honestly, I
awesome.
think that it brought out more character
Mhm.
stuff, and we were just like, fuck it, let's just do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
I love Mole's Sutton. We live here now.
That was the
That's
other
very
option. Yeah. Was
that
the
was an option. It is
Yeah.
an option.
I was like, "There's nothing I can do." Oh no,
there's
no
something
wait,
I can do. Yeah.
no
Well,
wait.
we
I
could've
really
gone-
can do exact what I was gonna be like. Do you have a ladder on you? And then I was like, "Oh no, wait."
I can make one.
Okay, let's go around a little bit more formally and get everyone's reactions to Wardens of Whitechapel. The 5 episodes we had, I thought, were pretty amazing altogether, and I'm broken that at least for the time being, we have to put this game aside. My hope is to revisit these characters at some point in the future, especially after playing tonight, because I just had so much fun with you all. And so I will start by saying I'm just super bummed that I have to end and that we have to end the story. I essentially turned what was 7 seasons of Game of Thrones into like the Firefly movie. If you guys get that reference right, like yeah. So I do hope that turned out well. And so let's just go around, get reactions about the game, shout out, tell us where you are. I'm mostly interested in what you all thought about tonight, I really want to know what we're gonna do next because I'm very excited to keep playing with you all. But we'll start with Kali. We'll start with Kay.
Oh, I start okay. I am Kate. Hey you. On the internet or whatever. You can find me on Twitter and the Welcome to the Party Discord, what have you, as Undead K, or well, Twitter link down below. Yeah, no, this was great. A lot of fun. I've actually only been playing the whole tabletop thing for like a little over a year now. So learning a new system outside of the whole Dungeons and Dragons has been awesome. And hopefully we can keep something going and figure all this out. So yeah, it's
Agree.
been great.
Yay. Jackie.
Oh, hi everybody. I'm Jackie, better known as Deathbed Mage on the interwebs. And holy cow, that was a great episode. oh man, that was absolutely fantastic. I think I had so many favorite moments out of this whole game. I've definitely I this is why I love Mage, because it's just absolutely off the walls all the time, and you get to see everyone throw out their creativity and really explore what you can do with it with just your imagination. And that's why I love this game still. I will always love Mage. And today definitely just was a great showcase of how creative can I be with how I read this spell. And so I really love playing with everyone here, and it's been a great experience so far. I will say for my other favorite moments for the night, it's definitely going to be like Mole just saying outright, just out of nowhere, just like completely out of nowhere, just left field, just goes, "We live here now." That is by far out of that whole scene. That was like, I was like, yes, I love this. Please let us live in the turn of the century of 1900s and see what happens.
Chapter 2 takes place in 1917.
Yeah, right.
1913.
Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, goodness.
Yep. And so you can find me on the Twitters. You can also find me hanging out on the Welcome Party Discord, and you can also find me writing stuff on the DMs Guild, things like Journey in the Feywild. I contributed for the Artifacts of the Guild. I will be in Uncaged Anthology Volume 3.
Yay.
And a whole lot of other things.
Like the Jubilexian race, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, it is.
Yes. Kevin.
Hello. I'm Bisonic Kevin on the Twitters. I'm all over the Discord. I've been lurking a lot more recently, but yes. And I run on Tuesday nights a game of Rifts, which has both Throck and Evan in it. And I think Throck knows the stuff that I'm throwing at him, but he's playing such a stoic character, it's hard to tell sometimes. It's
I
great.
do, and I love it, and everything that's I just, yeah.
Gotcha.
This face don't metagame. That's all I'm saying. This face don't metagame. That's.
But tonight, just all of us dove in. Like the crunch helped.
Yeah.
Kali using her magic to heal and just hitting the landmine.
Yeah.
That's a good scene.
Oh yeah.
Because it's awful. And I'm so glad, like, for crazy scenes like that as well. And the Reverend just, oh, look, a shadow demon that I get to beat the living crap out of.
Fuck that thing. That is not an angel. You are a liar.
Yeah, that was great too. I loved this game because I really let the mole, like, having an authority confront him really broke him down some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, for mages, we suck at planning.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
But there's so many variables. How do you make any plan?
No, but
Right.
we're really good at buffing. We're great at making the best surgeon in the universe, and we're also great at making a reverend a giant juggernaut.
That is true.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed this game, and I can't wait to see what we do next. Like,
Me too.
I'm excited for
Oh,
what's
yeah.
next.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
I have what I'm rooting for. I just have to convince a certain someone to take the dive. I know what
I
I'm
just have
rooting
to read
for. Yeah,
I
I
just
know
have
what.
to read it.
Yeah, but I don't want to say until we know for sure. Okay, speaking of that, no, not that person. I'm not going to give that away. I was actually talking about Kate. It's fine, whatever.
What?
Evan, what?
Jake?
What am I even saying? What? Evan.
So I am Evan. I am Evan Jennings 64 on the Twitter. I'm not on Twitter that much. I'm more on Instagram. It's where I'm Zombie Love Juice on Instagram and everywhere else. And you can find me on YouTube on Beyond EMH channel where I do my own D&D, where I run an evil campaign. And you can find me on here. Kevin already said I do a Rifts game. This Saturday, I'm going to be doing a Sabbat vampire game. And whatever happens next on this channel or on this spot. So my favorite part, I don't know. I loved this because it was not only the end of what we were doing, which just felt awesome, but it felt like it could have been a movie. You know what I mean? Like this was by far my favorite session that we played in the entirety of the game. I think you Throck, the way that you DM'd it, this is a very crunchy system, and never playing the system before. The first fight we had with the Ninth Calamity, I think that was pretty much our first fight. It
You
was
need
like
some little things
like,
before that, but
yeah, but you really have to slog through this because it's there's so many numbers, there's so many rollings. But this session, you weighed when that was important and when it wasn't. It went perfect. Like it just felt right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt natural. Felt like it all made sense. I loved it. I think this was awesome. So playing it, I had a great time. I don't know, man. My favorite part. I mean, fucking World War I. That's cool as shit. Are you kidding me?
That was nuts.
Landing in World War One, being able to deflect bullets, and finally being able to use Call Lightning, which I've had in my back pocket from the beginning. I made it a rote, and I was like, it only says when it's storming, but I'll fucking wait. So I'm very glad that I got to use that. I'm very sorry, Kate, that you didn't get to use Earthquake, but maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Maybe someday.
But no, that was awesome, and the Stairway of Bones, working our way up. Because it was an awful situation. It was shit. We were in a shit show, but we made it out. Yeah. It felt very heroic at the end. It also felt like we all suffered. I loved your almost death scene because we got to see like basically the worst moment of your life.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing he sees right before he dies. Is like the worst moment of his life.
Yeah.
Almost all the instances that sucked in his life.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We got a little insight into your character. No, I love these characters. I'd love it if we came back at some point because this was so much fun. But I'm glad we ended it.
Yeah.
I felt on like a good solid note. I think this was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great end.
Yeah, this was really good.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
It was epic.
I'm gonna need some time to wind down after that.
Yeah, and that was my hope. So to give you guys additional insight, the entire arc was that there were multiple pieces of the spear because technically it's not all kept in one place. But for the expediency of the movie version of the novel, right, you go for the one important MacGuffin as opposed to the having to meet and deal with lots of different people in different interesting situations. And it was always going to come down to being during August 19th, 1917, on the field of Passchendaele in Ypres. It is the Battle of Third Ypres, also known as Passchendaele, which is one of the bloodiest battles in the history of the world, and was fought between the French and British and the Germans. And the overriding theme, and I was hinting at it, I was starting to hint at it through this, is that echoes move in both directions through time, right? That when Kernuno said that, like, 40 years from now, 30 years from now line, right? Or I think it was in the episode before, or even the one before that, I was like, you could feel the ripples through time when something happened, or you know that something horrible is going to happen in the future. And there were just all these little things I was starting to seed through it, because I knew from the beginning that the culmination was going to be there, right? That's where it was all going to go down. And it probably would have gone down very differently, I think, had we gone through like a full 16 to 20 episodes. But I'm very happy with the way it happened, and I'm glad that you all had a huge good time with it. And so did I, because I didn't know what I was going to do. I only knew what that last scene looked like. The rest of it, I was like, well, I kind of understand how we get from point A to point B, but fuck it, I'll wing it and see if I hope I don't fuck it up, right? Like, and yeah, I didn't fuck it up. I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, but I had such a great time playing this with you. I can't wait to figure out what we're going to play next. I am just excited to keep playing. As much as I am bummed to end this, at least we got to end on a really high note with it, and that makes me feel very, very good. So thank you everyone who's watched Wardens of Whitechapel over the last few weeks. It's been a great experience. Mage is one of my 3... It is a top 5... Like, if I were to tell you what my top 5... In no specific order, my top 5 role-playing games: Mage the Awakening 2nd Edition, Blades in the Dark, Dungeons & Dragons. Oddly, the new Legend of the Five Rings system has bumped its way into there, and Warhammer Fantasy. So over the last year, I've gotten the opportunity to run or play in all of those, and I feel incredibly lucky. And Mage is the hardest of those games to play by a wide margin. And I want to thank the 4 of you as players for taking the time to learn the system and understand what's going on and really kind of dive into the crunchy bits for when it matters, and then being able to roll with it when we didn't need to be so crunchy, right? And like Evan said, today it was all about trying to be as fast as possible to make this story happen. And so I love you guys, and I can't wait to see what we do next. We thank you everyone who is watching. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you haven't, because we love followers and we have a lot of amazing content on here. Tomorrow is our Pokemon game. Friday is my D&D game. Saturday we have 2 games. We've got the vampire game in the morning at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then our all POC D&D campaign at 11:30 Eastern. So you should check us out. It's going to be a good weekend here on Welcome to the Party with a bunch of stuff happening. And don't forget to check out our Discord, of course, and our Patreon and all that stuff. And we're going to go raid our dear friends at Soul Bear RPG, where they're playing in Tal'Dorei. So join us, if you will, to go give lots and lots of love to Soul Bear. I typed Soul Bear /r Soul Bear RPG. There we go.
That's a different channel. That's a totally different
and I also
channel.
That's a totally different channel.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if you're into that, I no kink shaming here, right? Okay, there we go. The 3rd time's a charm. I was actually able to. Yeah. Okay, so in a moment we will be raiding Soul Bear. So everyone say bye, and we love you. Bye. Okay, we're gonna be out. I'm waiting to see the thing. When we're gonna do the thing, and bye. Love you. Okay, we're gonna raid now. Bye. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.